Yes, we have to think about the rally. What? You were gonna say something.
Yay.
Yeah,
Day of prayer.
Now I'm awake. Some people they need coffee. I just need to think about God. So this was from last week. I guess from what they were saying would be good to focus on. So I'm assuming they didn't get to it probably because there were so many people down.
No,
Right.
that was an agenda for today.
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So last
That was what
week,
we
nothing?
right,
No, we had an agenda last week.
yeah,
We talked about the rally and we talked about some other general stuff, but those were some discussion points that came up during the meeting last week that we said we
We
should
want to tee up
probably
this week.
focus on this week to
Awesome.
discuss.
Yes.
Perfect. So where do we want to start?
Yeah.
I'd say so.
I think the Sozo Saturday, that came up, we started to talk a little bit about that.
Mhm.
Mike and Jerry were asking some questions about the trash cans and stuff that they had last
Yeah.
year.
Yep.
But I had mentioned that we probably needed to, today, decide, is it still something that we feel like we're gonna pursue at this point, or, because, now we're, what,
Well, it's a
weeks
month.
away?
Yeah.
And
we got a
before
month
we
at
were,
best.
we had, about 3 months worth of planning, but it sounds like we had like the first discussions a couple months ago and then never really, kept updates going, so I don't know, I know I haven't.
Got it.
Been busy and I haven't called any of the people I was supposed to. I don't think Landon's contacted the
Me and Nick.
Catering.
Yeah, but there is some stuff, probably the people that were out were the people that probably had updates, so
Yeah.
that's probably fair.
Yeah, me and Nick kind of took over the food truck thing, and I've contacted like 10 different food trucks. We're just
Okay.
waiting to hear back from at least one. I already
Okay.
got the dessert truck confirmed.
Okay?
There was another thing.
Well, the street pops
Yeah,
was the dessert truck, right?
yeah. And then, yeah, Nick and I have contacted the fire department.
Yeah.
We had to
Truck
fill out a
thing.
form and stuff, so
Okay.
hopefully we'll be on their calendar. And we started on the promotion stuff, so.
Yeah, so from your
We're
standpoint.
really just waiting on a food truck confirmation. The good guys kind of just like fell off the face of the earth.
Did they?
Yeah,
Maybe they
they're
went
not-
out of business.
They're not online or anything, which is really weird. So that's why we kind of had to start over with the food truck thing.
Okay,
Besides that, that's all. I
on your side. Yep, I reached out to the game truck guys. I haven't heard back yet, but there's 2 of them that we're trying to get for those 2 dates. Now, what we did say was we could push it from the 21st. Well, what date was that? September, there's 2 dates.
But I can't do the 28th.
Yeah, there was some conversation about who could make it on the 21st versus the 28th. So those were 2, we were at least discussing whether that was an option. I don't have a bias either way. It's 21st right now, but we did it on what, the 27th last year?
28th.
Or maybe it was the 28th, 29th last year? That's cool. So, I mean, we could talk about whether it makes sense to push it another week.
I can't be there, and I would like to be there. That's all
Too bad, you're gonna have to cancel your 28th day.
I can't.
Brother's reception.
That's not, yeah, so that's at least an option, but where I think it is, I still think we can pull it off.
I mean, it's just like getting together and solidifying everything.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
And theoretically, we're
Well-
reproducing what we did.
yeah.
Well, being that there has been calls made,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah.
Then you feel better about
Probably. Last year's meeting, it was like, there was no new information except for the stuff we talked about back in June. So that's why I was like, well,
I gotcha.
we haven't made any phone calls, we haven't contacted anybody at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it would be a
We
wash.
do this now, but
I'm pretty sure we've
I mean,
talked
if
to
there's
I
the.
agree
already,
with that.
if there has been movement and we have been making contact, then, then yeah, I think we're
Yeah,
still good. It just sounded like it had just kind of set.
I gotcha.
So.
No, and yeah, we talked about it in a couple of meetings and just, talked about the food, talked about the,
The
still
layout.
doing the sweepstakes.
Oh, baskets.
Yep,
Yeah,
the baskets, so we
raffles.
talked about that.
Talked about a different layout a little
Uh-huh.
bit. The games. Oh yeah, it was
The
in
cars.
contact, the car
Got
show.
the cars.
I'm talking to Ken. I'll talk to him more tomorrow.
Yep.
Like actually face to face to see like how many different cars he can get.
Yep.
And because we definitely want more than just the DeLorean, and he
Yeah.
has more, and he knows people that have more. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk to him. I would like 5 different like
Yeah.
cool looking cars,
Yeah.
or like cars from like movies or something. I think
Yeah.
that would just be cool.
So we've added, 2 things, obviously. One is the touch a truck thing, because we said, yeah, that would draw some people to it, and some kids would come. We're gonna formalize the, what do you call it? Bocce ball or whatever that.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And Nick's
Nick's
gonna
still
work
gonna
on
build
building.
an actual thing we can use.
Yeah.
So the touch a truck, and then the car show thing is gonna be bigger.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been trying to sort of do that to make it a little bit, draw a few more people.
Right.
And then what was the other thing that somebody said they want? Oh, the mosaic climbing. Are
Oh
they
yeah, I
still
wanna
gonna do it?
I emailed them their climbing facility like right down the street, and they draw like a lot of people.
Yep.
A lot of like
A
younger
lot of young
and
people.
older. So I thought it'd be cool if they like just came out and set up a tent and maybe like handed out stuff. That way that could appeal to more people, and they could advertise it as well. Because we did an event for them, so I know the girl who does all
Yeah.
their
Did you
events and
reach out
stuff.
to Lindsay?
That'd be cool.
So I reached out to her last week, and she said they'd be very interested. So
Now,
I'm actually
do-
going there tomorrow. So
Do they have like a setup when they go places? Do they have like a full
that's what I'm
wall
thinking.
or
They'll
something
probably,
like that?
They'll
that they
probably
put up?
just have a tent that has
Yeah.
their name, and then give out maybe. I want to see if they could give out like free, like 1 day
Something.
climbing passes or something.
Or one of
Something we
those-
could
those
pay
bracelets.
for. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I think
so
that would
we're
draw
adding
in
that. Mhm.
Are they on Kemper?
Huh?
Are they on Kemper?
a camper.
Kemper.
Oh,
Kemper
Kemper.
Road?
I think so.
Okay.
It's a massive building. They opened
Yeah.
up like 4 months ago, but they're like
Oh.
doing very well.
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Union Cemetery.
Maybe that is it.
I think it's,
No, I
Union
thought it was.
It is.
Yeah, I thought it was.
cause
think it
it's,
is
I mean,
Union
you,
Cemetery.
it's like,
Yeah, it's
right
once
around
you
the
go
road.
past that, like, is it like the speedway that's
Yeah,
right
it's
there, and then you like go left?
Yeah, it's on Union
Yeah, that's
Cemetery,
Union Center.
Yeah.
which
Good.
is like right there to us.
Cool. So we should know that. So to your point, I think it's a valid point. Like by Wednesday this week, we should have pretty solid updates on everything that we're planning to do.
Right.
And we had something on the board, and I just took a picture of it. I didn't really send it out, but it was all the stuff we wanted to pick up.
I think
Somebody mentioned prayer too, which I was shocked at.
I was
I
saying the
forget who it
prayer
was.
cards.
Yeah,
I was
maybe
saying
it
it
was
would,
you. I
it
was
would
shocked.
be cool to just have like obviously not like a prayer tent and not make it
No.
super like in people's face, but like have a card that's like if people were to come and they're like feeling like oh I would love to be prayed over, have a card to write down their prayer requests.
Yeah,
Then just hand it to us and we offsite like pray over them and
absolutely.
and,
I'd love that
and then
connection.
that way we could be in contact. But that's something small, like that's a small detail we don't have to figure out. Like that's
Yeah.
something I can do.
Yes, I was
We'll
just
get
gonna
sorted
say.
out.
Yep,
All the bigger stuff we should have done probably this week.
yep. And we're
We
gonna,
should get with Mike tomorrow.
and then you're gonna do the new design on shirts. I'm assuming that's what we're gonna have
Yeah,
for
for
that event.
yeah, that's the goal is to have the new merch by then, which is
Okay.
pretty easy because I've already talked to the guy and he's ready. So
Okay,
and he's local, so
Good.
it should be good.
so there's shirts and hats just in case people haven't seen it, and it's sort of a little bit fresher logo for the fall. And so we're gonna use it on the men's thing as best we can, and then this would be cool if everybody sort of looked fresh like that.
Yeah.
So that's that piece.
The
of
goal
it.
is to have them like the Sunday before. That way, anyone
Yeah.
who wants them can get one the Sunday before, and then that Saturday have them. If anything, like we can meet and the people
Mhm.
on the team can just get shirts. But we're also adding like a more feminine design.
Yeah.
So there'll be 3 different shirts.
For the guys.
One that's like your typical like Sozo shirt, and then a guy's shirt and a girl's shirt. They're all gonna be on unisex like tees, so it's
Mhm.
not. So you can wear whichever one, but one is gonna be a little more feminine.
Yeah.
Because Mom made a good point. But
Yeah.
it'll be nice and elegant and simple.
Cool.
obviously.
All right.
And then the guys get hats. So
Well, yeah,
we get
they're the big,
The
they're the
guys
big
get hats.
baggy
The
pants
girls.
hats.
Your boy has.
some
Right.
hats like this.
Are you getting a woman's input on the feminine?
Yeah,
Feminine side?
yeah.
His mom's.
I
And
would
there's-
include
Keeping them
this.
straight.
Yeah, no,
No,
I didn't even.
we were gonna ask
I didn't
Dan,
even
right?
think
We're
about
gonna
it.
go
Yeah,
to
hey
Dan for
Dan,
that.
what do you think?
My
No.
solution would be printed in pink and we're good.
I was thinking
There you
black,
go.
See,
actually.
no, see, I'm doing white, and then I'm doing like a simple like floral slash
Yeah.
flowered, like something simple. I feel like
Oh.
girls and women like simple, like especially on t-shirts, like they don't like a lot of flashy
Okay.
wording, and I think something simple and something in the front on a white crisp t-shirt would be.
Can we do
That works.
vintage white instead?
Uh-oh. Now we're talking colors and all the guys checked out. We only know black and white.
Yeah.
It's like vintage white.
Vintage, is
What
that
is
something
that?
old?
Right. Does
It's
that mean you
like-
roll it in
It's
the
like
dirt?
green. It's like slightly dirtier.
Off
Yeah.
white.
So I think we do have some traction, and so again, I think by Wednesday, and maybe I'll just send out a note saying, here's all the stuff we said we were gonna
I would
do.
like to get with Mike tomorrow because he's the one
Yeah.
who's doing the layout and the
I know.
trash, so we really need to get with him.
I don't
That's-
know if he'll be in town. They had an emergency thing. They had
Okay.
to
Yeah.
go and take care of some things for his dad.
I mean,
And we were talking about last week with the trash was, that we had gotten the cardboard trash cans,
Mhm.
and they were wondering if, rather than paying money for the cardboard ones, would we wanna, even if it meant that we got a few less of them, just buy plastic ones that we could store and then have every year? I guess the cardboard ones, from what I understand, what they were saying, we didn't use all the ones that we had purchased or something, but they were thinking apparently we must have just thrown all the cardboard ones away.
Oh,
Because they've been looking around for them and they said they couldn't find them, and they were saying, well, like those were like $100
Yeah.
for all of it, and they felt like that was a waste if we could maybe just buy, $15 plastic ones and spend $150 on ones that we can keep every year versus, spending $100.
Well, and we can use them for other things, like,
Yeah.
look, and you've got the underwear and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, all we need is a plastic bag to put in there, so.
Yeah.
Get those,
We're in a
get those green ones now.
Well, I mean, that's what I was thinking we
I
were
found,
gonna do,
I
but
found
anyway.
Yeah.
like
So-
green trash cans
so-
on Amazon. They're so-
So
Yeah.
to answer the question, did they say how many we need then? If we didn't use all the ones last time?
Yeah, that's what they said. They wouldn't get 10 of them. I thought they got 10 last year. But I thought she said like maybe 5 or 6.
We can get 5.
Yeah.
Let's just call that one. Yes,
Right.
we'll get
Okay.
5 plastic ones.
And then if it gets filled up, we just take it out and put another liner in there and move on.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
And then,
Put a logo on them?
but like, I guess the layout isn't a super
Complex.
like that's something we could do next week. The
Yeah.
biggest
I
biggest
think
thing
we
is
do that.
like tent. Pretty sure Mama's been in contact with Eric. I mean, we know him for the bounce houses,
Bounce
so that's
houses.
a semi easy one because
Yep.
we know him. But besides that, we would just need to lay out getting the what's that game? The volleyball net, badminton.
But,
Badminton.
Working on getting that, and then building the Gaga ball.
we have a brand new net that we bought for Derek's graduation, that's because it rained, we weren't even able to take it out of the box, so it's in our garage right
Cool.
now. I mean, it's not like a big, huge one, it's
Right.
one of those cheap Walmart ones, but I mean,
That'll be good.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
it's the,
I think cornhole would be cool.
We, a lot of times there's a pole and stakes with those, but we have an old couple of 5-gallon buckets that they poured concrete in, put post up for like a net to use in the jungle. Ramon, or that might work better on the pavement out here. It's something.
Well, I think we're gonna
Stake in.
do it in the grass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were talking,
We're gonna have a whole
talking about
section.
trying to put some stuff over here, as far as that goes.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
would-
we,
I would
Yeah.
like to, but we would have to do a lot of cleaning to that fenced area because it looks terrible.
I thought he cleaned it.
I thought Mike cleaned it up.
He,
You sure?
He put more birch wood. He like piled up a bunch of birch wood,
Really?
and it hasn't been touched since. So I think if we're gonna do that, we really need to like gut that area and I think get the fence up. And I don't know what we're waiting for when it comes to that.
What area are you talking
The
about?
fence, like the
Yeah, that
fencing area.
first area.
Oh, where the playground was,
Yeah.
when we were talking about taking that area out?
Yeah.
He left all that stuff there because one, couldn't tow it away, and he thought, Well, maybe the guys can get together, and I
Yeah.
thought he was gonna talk to you
Yeah.
about it. and
He said
just
something
monitor
about a
it.
fire, but I just don't think that's gonna happen.
It's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, I would just.
But then we could get Brian. Brian, he'll get that stuff out of there. And
yeah.
if he needs somewhere to put it, he can put it in our backyard, actually.
Yeah,
So that's usually what the issue is. They need somewhere to dump it.
yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
So
With the fencing
okay,
and
I'll
stuff?
talk to Brian.
Uh, Because I think
You said you mentioned something about a fire. I thought that was gonna be part of our rally thing.
the
'Cause
fire.
he was wanting to
Oh.
combine the burning a lot of that stuff and doing like a big bonfire, but then couple that with our rally the week before
Yeah.
to, for our church people to try
Yeah.
to build momentum for
Yeah.
the actual event.
Mm.
Let me ask him. I'll
Yeah.
text him.
Yeah.
I'll ask him about that, and if not, I'll get Brian to come and tow it out of here to make it cleaner. Because the idea is on that Saturday that we have access to it, right?
Mhm.
And I sort of like that idea. So
I mean, it would give us the push to do something with that
It
area
would.
because it's such an eyesore.
The Brian,
Brian, yeah,
would he come with like a trailer or something?
yeah, he would.
And
He'd
is
come with a trailer, put the stuff on the trailer, and then tow it out.
And would it be the metal fencing, or is there like a bunch of brush and stuff like? I
It's
haven't
more
even
the
been back there
brush.
to look.
It's more all the brush and stuff that's back there.
But would you take down the
I would
metal
do-
fence at the same
I
time?
would do the fencing.
Yeah, well, we should. If I was going to do that, I'd get the fence people to do it
Yeah.
to preserve as much of it as possible, because you don't want to just gut that stuff because it costs money. So yeah, we could do that. I don't think it's a big deal, but it would cost us a little bit of money to have the fence guys take the fence down and
Yeah.
then put it somewhere where we can use it again if we need to. That's my thought, versus just sort of trashing it.
Do we have a place where we could store it?
Back behind or in between since it can be outdoors, you just store it in between the storage bins. That's what I would do. Because you never know when you could use it. Yeah, you roll up the wire and the things are
Take the poles. out.
anodized. Yeah, you take the poles and put them back there.
Another-
So we can do that and preserve it.
Another thing we should really try to get rid of is those curbs. I haven't heard.
Yeah, I was just gonna
I
say
haven't heard
that.
from JR in like
Well,
2 months.
that was part of the discussion last week
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
Right,
was
right.
What to do with those.
Right.
Yeah, and I was going to, I didn't see Will, because I know Will has his phone number. So
Yeah.
I was just gonna get the phone number from Will and text JR.
Can I make a recommendation there?
Yeah,
Not to. Only because I think he's sort of otherwise
Okay.
engaged, and then it feels like, okay, so you're bugging me about something I committed to, and I feel sort of bad about that. I bet he feels bad if he even remembers it. So my alternative would be to move it ourselves.
Well, the other thing, Mike was gonna call Rumpke.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
Yeah.
just find out from them
Exactly.
So they can
what
move
they
it.
have available, if they can come and get them,
Yeah.
and if they have something, they can pick them up and just take them away for us. And
Yeah, I would
just
do
get rid
that.
of 'em.
I would do that. Does that make sense?
yeah, that's fine.
And I don't want to wait for him anymore. I mean, he's not
Right.
delivered,
Okay.
so I'm thinking he's not gonna deliver.
I've sent at
okay.
least like 4
That
different
makes sense.
messages being like, hey
I
man,
know.
and he's responded, but it's still like nagging.
He's just
Yeah.
doing a
busy,
bunch of stuff,
right.
so.
I just
yeah.
don't want to keep like nagging him.
No,
But we can't
gotta
wait.
move it.
Yeah, we can't wait for him.
And we're not gonna do it the Mike's way, which was, just get a truck and drag the stuff. I don't think I wanna do that. But then what we did say was we weren't getting rid of them. We actually had a conversation that said we could line them up. We can still put them against the grass. It's just a matter of moving them and getting them out of where they are.
Yeah. See, that was.
So I don't know.
That feels like there's still like not
Yeah.
everybody's 100% on that one, because
Yeah,
Mike
'cause
and
Mike
Jerry
said
were
get
pushing
rid of
back on that.
Oh, and saying don't do it?
Yeah,
I'll
because
text
Because
them.
they were saying
There's
that
no point to
for
keep-
mowing and everything else.
Yeah.
they won't be
whoever has to,
maintained.
like,
The-
mow around
Okay.
them and all that, so it's
That's
like.
easy.
I would say get rid of him.
Yeah,
I
we
would
just
say-
make the call. Okay. Done. Just get them the heck out of here. There's gotta be salvage places that can get it. That's the thing that's sort of
1-800 job.
frustrating.
Went ahead and jumped.
Yeah, so let's just do
The
it.
big concern was, and this is why Mike was just gonna call Rumpke to see what they had available, was whoever would come and get them, obviously having them get them in a way that wouldn't damage
Yes.
our parking lot, and drag
Yes.
them across and make big couches in the parking lot to pick them up and that kind of thing.
Yep.
You know,
He was of the opinion too big guys couldn't lift one.
No,
No.
no.
So
Because
you
it's
tried
flat
that.
on the bottom, it's kind of hard.
And you gotta get underneath it.
You know what I did with some concrete I had at my house? I had rented a what you call it?
Jackhammer?
Yeah, well, it wasn't really a jackhammer. It was
A doohickey.
The doohickey,
yeah.
what's them about?
What do you call it?
Big
It's like a drill but stronger.
Hammer drill?
Yes. And the guy, and I talked to him about how I had this concrete because somebody poured concrete around my toilet when I first moved in. It's pulling all my joists down. But anyway, so we had to break it up. And we used one of those. And I thought, what if we rented one of those for an hour? It's like $20.
And then just break them
And
down.
break
then
them
move
down, and then you can move them.
Yeah, as long as we don't damage
Yeah,
the
that's the concern.
surface.
Is like,
Well,
Yeah.
I bet you probably, I mean, just
You probably
think
You
as
don't-
are, if you got one of those types of tools and just started at the top and just took it a certain way just
Yeah.
to crack it.
Right.
Yeah.
Once it's cracked, then you just get
You
a
can just,
mallet and something and just bust it the rest of the way.
good
and then
point.
the
Yeah,
surface underneath.
that's what I did. And you know, then I threw it in my garbage can.
What do we think?
They took it.
I mean, honestly, that probably would
Is that
be
the better
one of
way?
the easiest solutions.
Yeah,
It's
just
cheaper,
trying to move
quicker.
them.
Plus,
You
wouldn't
just
the
go up
guys
to
like that?
Arts Rental, and
Alright.
I'm sure they got something.
Yeah.
Got a couple guys
Load
up
things
there,
up
a
and
few hours worth of
destroy
work,
things.
and
That's
bust
a guy
stuff
thing.
up
Okay.
and get rid of it.
Guys
Alright.
would love to do that, right?
Yeah.
You make it a little thing.
we took a sledgehammer to those old shells and it was
Yeah.
fun.
And enjoyed every second of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, as long as we can keep from marring the surface, although, oh, it's not, aren't
Those
those on the
green trash
concrete?
cans, man.
They're
Those
on
are
that.
They're on
Yeah.
the concrete pad,
Those
aren't
are-
they?
Yeah, they're on that
Yeah,
little
it's not
thing
so
of the
bad.
concrete. And you
Beautiful.
don't go all the way down. I mean, we did it in my basement because after you got it broke, we
Works
just
for
let
me.
it drop to my basement. And, you know, you just do it carefully. Yeah.
So,
I had to take
um,
it away from Jackson because it was a lot of fun.
No, I know, then he's gonna go to the foundation. So can you,
Sure.
Or
I'll
can you
call
arrange
Art
it?
Rental. I'll call Art Rental or
yeah,
see if some of the places that we use for CTS, if they've got something.
Yeah, we got it at Home
Maybe
Depot.
just try to work out something with next weekend. We'd still have, once we would bust it up, what do we do with the chunks? Are we just gonna throw them in the dumpster or? Cause you definitely wouldn't wanna bust them up and then throw them in a trash can, cause then you
I agree.
might that trash can.
Yeah.
right, it'll never move.
I
Yeah,
think
it's-
we have to space it out though, you know, bust them up, put some by it, and then just every week put a little in there. And somebody's
Well-
gonna need in charge, cause it'll be way too heavy for them to be able to lift it up if we put them all in there.
Do we need any riprap around the water? Around the creek?
Oh, you know what? That's a good idea.
I mean, and Mike might know that too. I mean, it just helps to sort of keep the soil and everything, you just line on either side of the
Mhm.
creek and it keeps the creek
We're
clean.
able to bust it up into smaller.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Do we know if that stuff has rebar in it? Or
I
is it
don't
literally
know.
just a solid
It
chunk
probably
of?
does. I think it does.
you think so?
I think it
Yeah, I
does.
don't know. I have
So that
no
might be a
idea.
little bit of an issue, rebar trying to hold it together, but I mean, it's not, it definitely doesn't mix the plane. I think we still, I think it's a
Okay.
good idea to
Plus,
do
you
it.
can,
Good.
while you're there renting, you can rent one of those cuttery things, one of those cutters,
Cutter Ethan.
like a rebar cutter, you know, like a metal cutter
Or,
thingy.
or just chip around it.
That's what I would do.
Cause those things are, they're
Just-
like yay
Oh,
big.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that
They're
ain't gonna
pretty
work.
You're
strong.
definitely not gonna do one of
You
these.
ain't gonna
and
do
cut
that.
rebar.
Right. Yeah, break, pull the thing down and you're gonna,
Yeah.
okay,
Oh.
cool, that's a better plan. That's a better plan. So, so are we keeping the 21st?
I think so.
Okay, everybody
That's
good with that?
I'm
Let's
just biased
keep the 21st?
because I can't do that.
I know. Yeah, as long as we're tracking towards it, I'm good.
I'm sorry, 21st of September, October?
September.
September.
So maybe we just, by the time we leave here, everyone has action items to get done this week. That way when we regroup on Saturday, it's all pretty much set in
I
stone.
mean, I'm good with that. Anybody taking notes?
Good.
Nancy.
Logan, did you say Nick was gonna do a Gaga pit? 'Cause
Yeah, he was gonna.
That was something I had
build
committed to with him.
with landed.
Yeah, that,
Really?
do a Gaga pit.
To do what?
Just, have people to follow. If, I'm willing to give it up, but I
Yeah, I
also
don't know, I'm
commit
just-
to have it done in the next
next week or two.
Okay.
There's some
Yeah.
other pieces.
We can talk to
You
Nick
can
when he
grab
gets
it,
back.
that'd
and
be
then
awesome.
We can
Oh,
figure
you
that
mean
out.
for what we wanna get done?
Yeah.
That's cute. Alright.
And then we'll send that out.
Yes.
It's alright.
Yeah.
So,
Mom, will you be able to get in contact with the tent people
Yeah.
this week?
Mhm.
And then Eric, if you haven't yet.
Who's Eric?
The bouncy house.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't
That means-
remember. No, I didn't remember his name.
Yeah.
Ride now or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that his last name?
I can
You got
contact
chicken.
them because
You
I
got
have a
little
little
waffles.
I think I have it too.
Not waffles.
But we just
get-
want one this time, right?
I think so. He has a Star Wars one.
Star Wars what?
A
Ooh.
bounce house, Star Wars bounce house.
What is that?
What's the
good
name
for
of
you?
that? Leaping Lizards? Is that the name of it? Leaping Lizards?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah.
Just go to his Facebook.
So to backtrack, are you gonna order the garbage cans?
Yeah, if we want long-term
Do you want
plastic ones,
Those garbage
Yes.
cans?
I'll just
What's the cost on
or
those?
20 or 30. Well, it depends how many gallons you want. 20 gallons, 32 gallons,
What-
44
we don't
gallon.
Wait, are these the
Originally,
paper ones?
No,
No,
no, no.
plastic.
It's plastic.
Plastic ones, we're not gonna get the paper ones because we threw them away and they were $100. So Jerry, we kinda thought that was a waste, so if we're gonna get them, let's get something we can reuse.
Okay.
Because we were using them for all kinds of events.
Mhm.
So, just get some. I don't think it matters how big they are. Just get sort of the standard one, which I thought was a 32.
Yeah, because sometimes you get the two big ones, hard to get the
Yeah.
thing out
Mm-hmm.
and move
Yeah,
it.
I'll get 32. They're $33.
Do we Amazon them? Is that what we
Yeah.
do?
Oh, that's,
I could get 4 of them.
that's
Good.
real,
Are we
yeah,
thinking
that's real
4?
How do
reasonable.
we get our
Yes,
name on it?
4 or 5.
You can just put our name on
Yeah.
Just go to the
I don't
channel, see
need
if
it.
you guys see it.
it. You can put our you can write
So-
your name.
4 or 5. You can get 5.
Five.
I ain't gonna
Five.
fight about it. Because you can stack them so we can put them away.
Okay.
Did you order the clear things too?
Not yet.
So what else we gotta follow up on? I'm still, again, I gotta hear from the game truck guys, but the other reason I didn't lock it yet, because you don't ever get your money back. So once you lock the date, it's done, it's over. If you cancel or delay it, you paid it.
Mhm.
So if we're sticking on the 21st, then we'll stick with that.
Another idea, and I don't wanna call them, so I'm not calling.
Good preamble, right?
I know, you gotta be careful around here.
Is, I wonder if there was like a pet shelter or something that sometimes they bring out puppies and
Yeah.
stuff for people to be able to adopt, but it also gives
Oh, yeah.
I'll make
set up
that.
a little like
That's
kennel
what I was
spots.
just.
You will?
and Let
Okay.
the kids play
Okay.
with the
Okay.
puppies
Yes.
and things, and
Yeah,
they might do that for free, possibly.
I'll
Yeah.
call for free puppies.
that's an idea. So you're gonna call them?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like 4 phone calls.
No, I hear you. Cool. Let's just see what they say and just
I
give us
unfortunately
feedback.
know that I'm probably cutting my own throat, because as soon as my daughters would see them, I probably would
Oh,
have
yeah,
a dog,
Ashton.
but
Do you guys still have Max? Is that his name?
Rex.
Rex.
And yeah, he's like.
Speaking
He's
of
getting
the
old,
dog,
right?
that
Oh,
was
no.
not my fault.
I figured it's gonna happen again this week.
That
Oh,
was
that
not
was so
my fault.
funny.
That was
Oh,
not.
that
As long
dog.
as it was on camera, I'm good.
It was not my
You didn't
fault.
catch the, well, no, actually it wasn't.
You probably
Good.
didn't
Definitely
get
caught
it.
your reaction, but yeah, saw Cole
Ah.
kind of run.
Mike and I, we opened the door where Landon works at in that room, and the dog jumped and scared me. I didn't know he was in there. And then he runs out in the hallway. And I'm trying to wrestle the dog, trying to get him back in, but he won't come to me. And then
That's hilarious.
he
He
ran
doesn't go
down the
anywhere,
hallway
I think.
this way. I was running. Then he turns like, oh no, don't turn into that area. Okay, so he's
He wanted to-
there.
he wanted to be
It's
baptized.
dark. And they're like, don't go up the steps. And he went up the, oh no, they went up the steps.
Well,
Oh.
and then but then he comes out from behind the curtain.
That
was the
would've
best
been-
So I
part.
turn
would've been- I
around.
would've
Dude,
peed
the
The
my
dog
pants.
was through the whole thing.
The whole room
And then
was just
Glenn is standing
laughing.
there like,
No, he just walks out and is like, just dying
it's like,
laughing.
okay, Glenn.
Can't help
I
it.
said if that was
so
someone's
funny.
first Sunday, they're coming back and bringing everyone they know.
Right.
That was
Just like,
hilarious.
can't believe that just happened.
Yeah, I'm like, oh
That was
no.
so
I
funny.
So yes,
believe it.
that was
I'm
fun.
Sorry.
Don't do it again.
I'm sorry. It was just, it wasn't
Don't
me.
do it again.
No, it was fun. It was fun. Dogs do go to church.
Oh,
So,
Speaking of buying things, Jess had a good point. Instead of those baskets just sitting out there that look like napkin baskets for like where people put their money
Yeah.
for like coffee and food, what if we just got something like this? That way we can lock it and you can put like the Sozo Cafe stuff in the money, like how much it costs, and that way people just put their money in there.
Are people taking it?
I mean, we don't know. They could
Oh,
very
yeah.
easily.
Yeah.
Most people can't get
Oh,
change though.
Yeah, they can't get,
They
yeah.
couldn't get change.
Well, that's a weird thing, anyways. It's only
I mean,
50,
I
it's only
think
50
it's-
cents.
I think it's safer, but also like having the same, like it's literally the same basket as the napkin basket.
I know.
So it just
and
like
we
looks
It's
shouldn't
never,
change it.
it's
a
never the
bunch
same
of
thing.
baskets like all wound up, and one ends up having money in it, and it's really confusing to like new people.
I think
Sure.
so too.
They're because
That's
they
a good
always end
thought.
up putting it in Felix's, and
Oh,
it's like that
'cause they don't know what
because
to
they
do.
have like it's like
It's a basket.
Also, I don't think I've ever seen people get change for 50 cents.
People always get
No.
change.
Well, and
because-
maybe they
well,
can,
because they have a 5 or they have a 20. Hey,
But-
I've been there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I've had
So-
people ask me, but the solution to that would be just like me, like one, the cash box always having some change in it at the
Giving people
at
change.
the front desk,
Yeah.
or me
There.
having
It
change.
shouldn't be
Okay.
exchanged by themselves.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, okay, well,
Because that's
yeah.
other people's money.
So,
and we
but-
don't know if people are taking more or
No, that's
Right.
true. It is the honor system.
and
but,
it's like
but I want to
make-
separate the
it'll
two.
make the system easier anyways because sometimes it gets left during the week and people
Yeah.
don't pick it up.
But let's separate the two because I think they're two issues.
Mhm.
One is what's up front for people to put their money in on Sunday. And the other one is where can they get change and how do
Yeah.
they do donations other places? And so I would make them two separate things. I agree with your idea of let's make the one up on Sunday look different
Yeah.
and look nicer, more professional kind of thing. So I'm good with looking
Aren't you
for a
about
couple of
offering?
baskets, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was saying these boxes because
Just
they're,
for the-
they're like donation for just for the cafe.
Yeah, the
So
cafe
just
you're
sit
not
on the
talking
counter.
about Sunday baskets?
No, just
No,
the
no,
ba-
not
like,
offering baskets.
Oh, not offering
See,
baskets.
No,
All right,
cafe.
that's
Cafe baskets.
Yeah, cafe
Got it.
baskets are literally the same as napkin baskets. That's the issue because there's
I
like
gotcha.
it just happens to be that one basket.
You
ends
don't
up
know if
being
you're
a money
running out of
basket.
napkins or if that's where you
I
got
get
your
that.
50
Right,
cents.
right. So
So, yeah.
Yeah.
so then
It's a
people might not
little
even
detail.
put money in.
Yeah,
I'm
I get
good. Just
questions
get
about
what
it all the
works.
time.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a big deal.
Yeah,
We can just make sure.
I tell people,
Yeah, get it
I said,
out.
I don't have any change, you know what, just get your donut and next week, put your money in there.
So,
Done.
so the
Or put it all
answer
in,
to your
get two
question
things.
is,
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
the answer to the question is, go ahead.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
But now that you've talked about the baskets up front, we probably could freshen those up a little bit and do something a little
I can
different.
find
What do you
my
think?
You think they're what?
You don't think it's worth it?
No, I don't think so.
All right, I'm good.
I don't think so.
Okay, just leave them the way they are. Just keep the dogs off the stage.
It's not my.
What if she
Don't
had like,
release
what if
the
she had like
dog.
hiked her leg or something? That would have been
Or
bad.
Mark.
Let the dogs out.
She's a sweet dog, though. But anyway.
She came
All right.
right down to him. She was,
Now, where is she gonna go?
she was looking for him, just running around looking for him. Must be.
All I heard was a bark from your office, and because I was like half asleep. And
That's funny.
I was like, well,
That was cute.
She got out.
Dogs
I
go to
didn't know
church.
that.
Oh gosh.
So what else on Sozo Saturday? What else are we
What,
forgetting?
what about the
Bearcat
Bearcat?
at the bounce house. The what?
Yeah,
Bearcat? Do we
Bearcat.
want the Bearcat to come? We can get the Bearcat to come. Does anybody care about the Bearcat? Yes, the UC Bearcat.
I think so.
I
I
don't
think
care.
What would he
kids
do
would-
for like for an hour and he could dance around? Or
Yeah,
do
and
some
people
other
like take
stuff?
Take
pictures with 'em.
pictures and do
Alright.
selfies.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're gonna have so many
All in favor?
things to
Oh,
take
yeah.
pictures
Are
of.
we gonna have a picture backdrop?
Yeah.
We won't need one with Touch a Truck,
I'm just
car
asking.
show, Bearcat. We're gonna have so many.
Yeah, you got so many.
All right, I mean, I'm good. All right.
Did we have
I mean,
last
we'll,
year?
we'll use the backdrop, but it won't be for. It'll be for us.
It won't
It'll
be for
our
that.
tent.
Cool.
Are we gonna create like a flyer for Soso, the church? Just a special flyer, just if
In
somebody
other words,
wants some
introduce
information
them to
about the
us.
church.
Yeah, so I want to do like invite cards that we can have
Okay.
available. Like here, so
Because I think that's kind of the reason why we're doing.
So
this.
who owns the Bearcat visit? Is that gonna be you? Okay.
something
Tara's
simple
gonna
for
do
people
that.
to take that just has
You're gonna get
information
hot
on our
and
services.
It's secret. Yeah.
So you'll have the website
Yeah,
and all that
address.
stuff on it, so we
But
can.
also last year we had one of the Rolly TVs out there with a bunch of information
Yeah.
going, and I want to do that.
Oh, that's
again.
right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had a nice
Oh
setup.
yeah.
We had a really
Do we
nice
still have a TV on the stand?
Yes.
Yes,
we
we
have
do.
that one, and
Besides
we have
that
the one
one,
in
we
the.
got-
In the
Library.
library, that was the extra from the jungle room?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I think You know, we decided to take ours off and put it on there, more of a safety thing, plus it just makes the room look a little bit
Looks
better.
good.
But I think we need to keep at least one on.
No, no.
Okay,
Yeah, we're gonna
outside
have
of
like
that,
two
you
of them.
know.
Last year, that's the one you
Yeah,
rolled
right.
that one out.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. That was
You
it.
rolled that one out.
Yeah.
Last year.
What was the other
What do you guys-
thing?
By the way, I gave my roll, I gave that stand away.
Which one?
That's okay.
They do that.
When TV was on in there. I donated it to Mike and Jerry because they needed a stand for the stats TV.
It wasn't one of these though, right? Wasn't
It
like
was
a-
one of those black ones, the smaller ones.
Yeah, but they will.
Where was it
Megan's
from?
looking for
That
pictures
I
of
got
things.
for that TV remote.
Mhm.
She bought it.
I mean, if you bought it.
Okay, no, I'm just curious where it's
Well,
from.
I'm just saying, because we have a couple empty ones sitting around, and I
We
said,
do?
yeah, and I said, well, I bought that one. If you guys need it for your dad, you could take that.
Oh,
Okay.
first now.
Yeah, so I'm just
It's
telling
not gonna
you.
hurt anything. All right, so what else
Wait a
on
minute.
Sozo Saturday?
For the Bearcat, what are the hours again of Sozo Saturday?
1 to 4.
1 to 4, okay. So would we want them from like 1 to 2 or something like that?
Yeah, I'd do
or-
an hour. Myself,
I would
wouldn't
do
all-
like 2 to
all the
3. I
thing.
wouldn't do the first hour because
Really?
the people
Okay,
will just be passing by and people don't, you know,
okay.
people aren't going to come on time.
He can wave them in.
That's a good idea.
Bam. We can put a little chair and a little UC thing over him or something, and he could just, yeah, come on in.
We
come
could
on,
get them
see
like
the
those
Bearcat.
signs that people like hold.
We don't have to get permission from.
From UC?
He's moving.
We have to,
He's moving around too, so
I think-
why would we?
we
I,
have to,
not to our knowledge, we can get him and.
we register, we sign up for it.
Oh, through the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all legit.
Okay.
They just,
Okay.
they know the guy, he's just gonna take a costume.
Yeah.
Well, no,
We were gonna kidnap him. It was gonna be a kidnapping.
So it wouldn't be 2 to 3.
You're gonna hold him for
Why
ransom
not?
until UC wins a game.
Why wouldn't
If
it
we're-
be 2, 3?
If he's waving people in,
Well, I don't know, that was just an idea.
maybe 1:30
Yeah.
to 2:30 or something like that?
Yeah, whenever he's
It's supposed to
here.
be good this year.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too.
What?
Because they're gonna, a good team.
I know.
Okay.
I say that every year.
What was the other thing? I forgot the other thing. What else?
The weather will be okay?
Oh, yes.
We'll have to find out.
Yes, it will be.
Absolutely. No, I checked. It's.
Oh,
gonna be
okay.
good.
But you're in charge of that.
Yeah, you're in charge of
No,
that.
somebody's gonna be saying, it's too hot.
It was
Or
hot
it's
last
too
year.
cold.
You
hot?
into that.
Oh,
It's like, no, it's
It's-
perfect.
no.
Yeah.
That's just mom anywhere she goes.
Yeah, that's true too. But I wasn't referring to her.
Maybe warm.
No, I wasn't. I was talking to Jerry. Remember, Jerry was on that. It was like, no, but it might not be good weather.
Oh, yeah.
And she was hung on that thing like a dog.
We'll see.
So what else?
If we're able to get all of this going, we might wanna look at additional ways to promote beyond just like social media and stuff. There's like radio and
Yeah.
try to really, really get the word out.
Isn't
Who
there,
would do
there
that?
some places that they will put your stuff on the radio or TV for free?
Sure.
I
Yeah.
think 93.3, won't they?
They
don't?
used to.
Oh, they used to.
You have to have credits. I mean, if you want it free, you have to have worked their,
I mean,
their
Okay.
phone-a-thon,
Or a
telephone.
small amount of money.
I mean, we could ask Linda if we have our stuff all ready to go.
Right, yeah, right. She can do an
Promotional
email.
stuff, she
email
can
blast.
blast it to people. There's some other ways to do
Yeah.
it.
Look, all they need is really that card and you know.
And are we doing a sign? We're doing a sign out there?
Yeah.
Okay. Because every time, I don't know, you guys ever go down Columbia there, but the Russian church is having their little Russian fest.
That's on the 15th.
Ruski
Yeah,
Fest.
there's signs like 12 feet long.
Ruski Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We
But
we
it's-
gotta get
Yeah,
permission for the sign.
For 24
No,
hours.
we did it last year.
Yeah.
Not if it's out there for any extended
Yeah,
period
just,
of time.
we're not
Yeah,
doing it
just
for
keep it.
days and days.
We'll do the
but-
same thing we did last year.
All right. What else? What are we forgetting that is big? Oh, the can we still get the
Caricature
yeah?
and
I have to contact them.
Okay.
and the
See what you can get by like
The face
Wednesday.
painting was like huge
It
too.
was.
So those are the
Could
two
you get
off
those
the-
two?
That's
Call
what I'm
those
saying,
two?
I'll have to call.
That's what I
yeah,
mean.
I'll have to contact both of
See if
them.
we can get it.
Okay.
I think we need people on teams to be in charge of different things.
Yep. Rally.
Like the
Yeah.
trash, like the bounce house,
Somebody's got that.
just be there or be around or.
Actually,
I did
we
talk
s-
to the guy that works for us that basically owns his own security company, and he said that he is willing to do security for us.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
And so-
Awesome.
Do we have any
For free.
details?
So-
Really? Okay. So we just gotta tell him the times and
I
say
already
yes?
did. We told him,
Okay.
because when I asked him a while back, we had it all on the board, so he has it noted for
Yep.
the 21st, and
Cool.
he said he personally has some stuff going on, but he can have some of his people kind of be here. And
Awesome.
I explained to him that it's basically just a rally thing, and it'd be more just kind of being there and just sort of, as people are wandering, just making sure that people don't get out of hand if that should happen, but then
Yeah.
also just, walking around the building and just making sure
Okay.
people aren't where they're not supposed to be and
Good.
that kind of stuff, so.
Awesome, perfect.
I think we need to talk about the parking too, sorry, I thought you were done.
Well, we gotta wait for Mike for that.
What was the other thing? I just had something in my head around. Okay, so all the stuff in the front. Can't think of it now.
Oops.
That's all right. So what else?
Without renting, popcorn or a cotton candy thing for the day, I can't get one, like, just for a video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would just say rent it for the day, but
It's
Well-
$90 though, I mean, unless we use it at church, I mean.
that's what I was
need
kind
it.
of thinking.
Well,
Well,
if you're not
we
gonna
have a
have
really cool video idea that we want to do using the cotton candy
Cotton
machine.
candy.
It would be like a 15 to 20-second video, but it would be awesome. But we could do that with like the popcorn
Yeah,
popper thing, as long as we have that
We
at
can
Sozo
we
Saturday.
can have it.
But
When my wrist starts swelling, I'll move to popcorn.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid that.
What?
So-
Yeah.
No, just to answer Glenn's question, which is the right one, which is who's manning what. The bounce houses, we're not manning those. There's
So we're
the
gonna pay
idea.
again?
Yep. The idea is that we are free to move around and talk to people and get to know them.
Yeah,
And so
you need to be
everything-
free too.
And which is why the rally is going to be important.
Mhm.
So if there's going to be teams of people doing anything, it's going to be relating to and working with and getting to meet some people. But the rally is where we want to sort of gather people, get them excited about it, and then sort of assign some teams around that. Does that make sense?
The church will be open. Church building.
Oh, yeah, so people can go to the bathroom and
Yeah,
things like
right,
that?
right,
Yeah.
right.
We'll do it pretty much like we did last
No
time.
portalettes.
I mean, I wasn't here last time, so
Glenn
that's
wasn't
why
there.
I'm
Got
asking
it. He
these
wasn't
questions.
there last time? Wow.
He was
No,
one
he
of
was
those.
This is
not.
called remedial reading.
He was one
by
of
the way.
those.
I wasn't there either, Glenn.
So,
see,
so,
yeah,
well,
okay,
she
yeah.
worked.
but she's cuter.
Oh, that's true.
And she
Both
doesn't
good
let dogs
points.
come out of the back
Oh,
of the stage during
jeez.
service
Yeah.
and disrupt the whole thing and then
Yeah.
stand there in the spotlight
You just
and
wanted
take
the spotlight.
that's what it was.
Oh,
Dude,
no.
I tell you
It
what,
wasn't.
you're preaching this week.
No, it wasn't.
You know what the message is?
What?
Dogs
I think
go to church.
I think he was dog founded. I think he was just like, what I'm gonna do now?
I thought
I
the
wouldn't
dog
want
was.
to take her
She's
in
The
so
there.
one
Beauty.
place you didn't want her to go was your
Can you, there should be a video about that. No, right? Not that.
That's what I said.
That's like something out of a
Steps.
cartoon movie.
What he heard was go upstairs, or she.
Well, we can do, if we do Glenn on a video, just sort of sharing his life and times, it would be fun
The life
to add
and
a
times
piece
of
about
Glenn.
that.
And you had to turn around and say it had to be Glenn. Why does it have to be me?
That was
Because there's
Freudian.
only
one-
I
It really
couldn't.
wouldn't happen
Because
to
2 weeks
anybody
ago,
else.
Who
you
else
turned on
would-
the house lights. Last week,
Now we have to go. This is, what else can he do? No. He's
During
the one that
worship.
gets up and gives
Logan's
like
keeping on
announcements
this.
spontaneously too.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh, can I talk about this like
So,
at 10:15,
So from
right?
now on, every morning, everybody's gonna have the walkies, they're gonna be like, okay, does everybody have eyes on
That's
Glenn?
right. Eyes on, right?
Eyes on
It's-
Glenn.
That's the last
Somebody
specific
handcuff
word.
Take the shot.
Okay, what is next?
Nothing.
Everything's done? Okay,
Nothing.
good.
It was just
Moving on.
this. It was you. No, so we're good. What else? The rally. So the rally we still want to do. The promotion needs to kick off like immediately.
I think I want to start it this week and
Good.
then do a big one on Sunday,
Good.
starting in September.
Okay.
Because
Excellent.
we run into the problem of like getting repetitive and it's the fresher in it. For like the people at least in our congregation, the fresher it is in their mind, the more likely they're gonna come and like share it. So I think starting in September next week would be the best.
That's
Good.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Three
Well,
weeks.
I'm just
Well,
talking
2
about
full
for
weeks.
the congregation. I'll start this week, but for the congregation itself, I like to keep it fresh because the chances of them
Yep.
remembering it are higher.
I agree.
I wonder if too, if maybe one Sunday we did, Glenn has done this a lot, and I think it actually has a good impact, do like a little giveaway or something on a Sunday morning. It helps promote it. I don't know when we'd be able to have the shirts ready, but
Mhm.
just something that
Well,
we
there's
could-
a thought.
just to make it a little bit of a bigger announcement.
I mean, if I
What
get the
about a t-shirt
okay,
launcher?
if I get the okay, I
Oh,
can work.
yeah,
I can
get
get the
t-shirt
shirts
launcher,
started this
Tara.
week,
Can you see?
Yeah.
which means we would probably have them by the weekend, if not early next week. Which then we would have them the Sunday
Yeah, I'd
before.
get it going.
Yeah.
Then
I'd
why don't we
definitely
make a
get 'em going.
basket? Why don't we make a small well, I can make a small raffle
Can- you know why?
basket.
So
You know
just
why?
Saturday basket.
Because Linda's gonna win it.
Well, maybe she deserves
Let's not do a basket.
Maybe she deserves
No,
it.
I mean for Glenn's thing.
I know, but
Oh.
Linda will win it. I don't care how it works. Linda's gonna win it. No, I'm not against that. So whether it's a basket or,
It'd be fun too if we were able to come up with some sort of little game or something that people, some little competition, something, you call a few people up front, do some sort of little thing, they win a little prize, but then whatever that game is, somehow use it to promote something we're
I
gonna do
like
on
that.
Sozo Saturday. Just to make it a little bit bigger, more engaging, and get people's attention, cause like you said, yeah, eventually our announcements just become repetitive and people just
Tune it out.
turn it off.
Why don't we do
They
some
don't pay attention to
so-so
it.
trivia?
It's a good one. I think we'd be
Questions?
embarrassed if we actually did that because no one would know.
Yeah.
Nobody would know it?
I don't think so.
Really?
I mean, we would, but
I mean,
We should put the people.
I was kind of thinking
Oh,
if we had the Gaga Ball thing set up by then,
do a kind of
you could literally get
Mm.
2 or 3 young people in there and do just a quick little Gaga Ball match up front,
Mhm.
and the winner gets a Sozo shirt.
There you go.
Have
That
a
would be
camera
cool.
in the-
There you
in the
go.
thing to
Since
film
we're
it,
having it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we could do that the week before.
It'd be kind of
That
fun.
would be fun. It'd be like, if you didn't win this shirt, come out to Sozo Saturday. 'cause it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And just come to Sozo Saturday.
Okay, and you got cards to give out to our friends.
To our friends?
Yeah, we'll have posters and handout cards.
We kind of need to be getting those things now. It's
I know.
in 3 weeks.
I know.
What about a balloon launcher?
Balloon?
Well, it's like 2 people hold each end and then one
Where,
person
what would you do that for?
to launch t-shirts.
Launch water balloons right into the crowd.
Yeah.
I like
Or
that.
under the stage.
Come to
the
church and get
stage.
hit with a water balloon.
We have the sacrifice. We'd be glad.
Yeah, I like that.
That would be
the
a fun.
game.
That would be a
On
fun
the
game
stage.
though outside.
And
Pin
then
the tail
people
on
could come
Glenn.
in with the water balloon launcher and see if they can hit him.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be the game.
hit Glenn?
If you're able to hit
You know
Glenn in
what?
the chest with the
Ooh,
water balloon, you
what-
win.
what
So
if we
he
made
runs
a
back and
boy
forth.
Saturday?
No,
Fat boy Glenn.
He runs back and forth and we take aim at him.
no.
The, so I'd love to get Steven involved in that too.
We're saying Gaga Ball for the game
For the game?
in the sanctuary.
Did you play
Yeah.
Gaga Ball in the
Just like a
sanctuary?
quick match for a
Yeah.
shirt to promote. So
So a bunch
The
of
week
people running
before.
in black shirts and put the thing together, and then a bunch of people jump in there, and
I mean, depending on how portable we're able to make the thing, and I mean, we played it many times in the sanctuary with the teenagers.
Yeah.
Of course, we use tables for the court, but yeah, I mean, if we're able to somehow make the court something where it's easily moved out of the way, I would set it up. If this is what we do, I would set it up before church starts, so it's up there when people are
Yes.
coming in.
yeah.
Catches their attention and everything else.
Yep.
And then if it's portable enough, you play the game, do the announcement, and then maybe at that point release for meet and greet. And while
Yeah.
meet and greet's going on, you just have a crew come in and
take it off.
take the court out.
I mean, I'm good with that.
The one they had at Montgomery Assembly of God Church was like a piece of plywood, which were 2 by 8, and I don't know if it's 6-sided or 8-sided, but they had slots,
I was about to say, yeah,
You
you
know,
just
Yeah.
and they just
Yeah.
fit together.
lock into place.
Yeah.
And so you got 6 or 8 pieces of
Yeah.
2 by 8 plywood.
So
would-
that's what Nick is planning to build, correct? Or are
Yeah.
we saying we'd have another version of it?
No, that's what we would do.
That's what he's gonna build. All right, so no, I'm cool with that. We just picked a Sunday to do that,
I said
whether
the
it's the
week
Sunday before.
Yeah.
So we'd have the rally on the 14th, and then we'd do that on the 15th, which I'm good with. Because then so's are Saturdays on the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm crazy good with it. And then, the young people love that, right? You can get anybody that's, 20 or below to do that.
I mean, if there's any of the teenagers will immediately jump up and run up
Say
there.
want to do it. Very cool. Okay.
Well, if we want to engage the kids, we should have the kids in here for that. Portion.
Agreed. So I'll just put that down. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do Gaga Ball. Intro. On the what did we say, the 15th?
We can find like stock footage.
September 15th.
Okay, so what's the rally gonna consist of?
We can.
At least the idea about the rally was get together, maybe do a little bit, the bonfire wasn't a bad idea and we can still do it. But gather them up, talk about the vision for what the day is gonna be. Get excited, give people t-shirts probably, and then get them ready for, here's what we want us to be able to do during that day. It's an open event.
Mm-hmm.
We wanna just mix it up and get to know some people, be friendly and sort of just mix it up the whole day. It's really that. I don't think it has to take long. The rally could be 30 minutes.
I agree. I'm wondering if we should do it on that Friday though, on the 20th.
Why the 20th? Just because it's close?
Just
Yeah,
for the momentum of
and if it is that
Okay.
short, we could do it at like 7:30. Just come in, pray, get everyone excited to come in the next day. Kind of establish teams then.
Yeah, we could do pizza. I'm good with having a little
Just
something to
depends how
eat.
much I don't know. It depends. I feel like it would be kind of better,
I'm good.
but I don't know. That's my opinion.
No, what do you guys think? I'm good with it being the day before. Really get stirred up. Start at 7, go until 8.
Yeah.
Eat a little something. Get a T-shirt. Have a little fun, and then we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. And we do it in the
Yeah.
activity center probably, and just do something pretty quick.
Yeah.
I would like for us to talk, each of us. So the rally should be, all of us get to sort of impart vision, but then stir people up.
Mhm.
We get used to giving people a positive message and sort of stir them into, okay, come on, let's go get this thing done.
Right.
So everybody should have, or a few people should have 5 minutes of, here's why I think it's important, here's what we're doing with it, here's what happened good last year.
Yeah.
So let's pick who the 3 or 4 people would be good, and bring them in,
It's like
pump it up.
You.
Yeah, who would be
You,
good?
You guys, right there.
Well, Glenn might.
Glenn wasn't there, so he
Oh,
doesn't-
yeah.
I wasn't there, so
Oh,
He's a
yeah.
good
I don't know what you're
motivator.
talking about.
That's
Okay.
why-
He's a good motivator,
You
though.
are.
So
You can get excited.
definitely John in my mind, definitely
Yeah.
you in my mind.
Yeah.
I think Landon was focused on it
Oh,
too. I
yeah.
think he has a heart like that,
Mm-hmm.
where it's new people and sort of, I think he would be good if he wants to talk.
I'm good with doing it. I'm not a good hype man.
A rah guy.
A good hype
I can't
man.
rally the crowd.
Gotcha.
So that's just my personality. I tend to be more, and so if it's something where we want to get people hyped, for me personally, I don't know that I'm a good
Well-
candidate to really
You're-
get people going.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a certain, if that's what we want to do, we might want to try to look at people that have a little bit more of a. Glenn honestly is.
Good. Oh, yeah.
Glenn's the rah
He is a
guy.
hyper.
Glenn-
You'd be
Glenn
good.
is-
I think you would. I
He'd be
think
good at
you underestimate
establishing-
yourself.
I feel like you'd be good at establishing the teams. So maybe more of when we get to the point of seeing who's doing.
I like that.
Yeah.
So let's flow the rally. The first part is really sort of why are we here, right? I can open that. A few people are sort of rev people up, right? Rev them up. And let's call that Glenn, Logan. I would love for Landon to do some of that. Who else? Anybody else? Nancy?
Yeah.
Got it.
Right. What? I don't. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, you're there.
I'm gonna have to figure it
And then the
out.
last piece, and then just being organized, sort of the organization part of it, I think is you. It's like, what do we need people to do, and here's some ways to think about it, and here's some teams we need.
Well,
It could be that, and we end on that.
organized and
Fair.
Have we made where everything's gonna be?
That's what Mike and,
That's my
that's what
plan.
Mike.
That's the layout.
Okay, that's-
Yeah, we'll have the layout.
Yeah, we'll have that available for people to
Okay,
look
so
at.
assign teams, who's doing that? John?
Yep. And then we close and pray.
And
That's
then
it.
Mike can give us a lowdown on the layout.
Yeah, so Logan said he would get with them this week for sure. And so, yeah, let's by Wednesday, if we send something out that says, here's the summary of what we thought we were gonna do. And then we just double check on Wednesday where we are with all that.
Okay, so then we'll eat and pray and then we're done.
That's it.
I do think that we need to do something more with it rather than just food and a meeting. Like, I feel
Okay.
like it needs to be, if it's a rally, it does need to be a little bit more fun,
Mm-hmm.
game, interactive kind of, and I think that's kind of what Mike's original intent was with the bonfire and stuff,
Yeah.
was to make it be something more like a, hey, let's get together, let's have some fun, let's, get people excited and then have some talk around it, but
Okay.
I think if we just come in and we're just like, well, let's do some food and then we'll have then it just feels like a meeting more
I
than
gotcha.
What
than
if
a
we-
rally.
So what do you wanna do?
What if we can see if we can get the fence down by then? We're talking the Friday before, correct?
The Friday,
The 20th.
Okay, so what if
Yeah.
we see if we can get the fence down by then?
Sure.
And we set up some of the games in that area, and we have the rally, try to have
What do you
the majority of the rally outside. I mean, we could put the
I think
food
that
under
would
the
be-
whatchamacallit thing.
Is that
and-
better?
I think that
I'm
was more of what Mike
What
originally
Mike
had
was thinking
pitched,
about?
was
Okay.
being like an outdoor something thing. I can check with Angie, Missy and all of them. CTS has these little portable light towers.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got
Ah.
2 or 3 of them. So, I mean, we could set those up out there if it starts to get dark in the evening,
Interesting.
and light up the field and stuff, because it's the stuff that we take on jobs at night to light up the work zone. So, I mean, they're definitely gonna be
Okay.
bright enough to light that area up.
Mhm.
Are they here already, or are they somewhere
Yeah, they
else?
keep them in the lobby.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they're just little portable
Okay.
things, so they're real easy to transport, but, I wouldn't think that we'd be using them that night, so they're probably just gonna be sitting. So I
Right.
can
Okay.
ask them if we can use those for that night.
So we move the rally to the 20th.
So is there anything that would it make sense to like do some of the prep that night?
No,
Or
we're
no?
not doing any work.
No?
Well, is the games that we wanna set up, were we gonna set them out there, or are we gonna set them up in the front?
The Gaga Ball and everything's pretty much gonna be here, except for initially, we had originally talked about possibly putting like badminton and, volleyball stuff over here. But most of the stuff is gonna be out over here.
Okay.
So I think you were leaning toward, okay, so does it make sense to be out there versus over there?
Yeah,
For
that's
the
what I'm
rally?
trying to figure it out, yeah.
I'm good either way. I don't think it matters per se. I think the idea of a bonfire is not a bad one.
Yeah.
The tent will be up by then, cause they have to do it, they
Yeah,
don't work on Saturdays, so last time they had to set it up on
they gotta do it Friday. I mean, I'm
So
good.
that's
We
even
have-
better.
Just move
Go
over.
over to the tent.
Yeah.
Out there.
Good.
We can even do the meeting piece out there.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have a little fender system
Yep.
to be able to get a mic if we even need it.
If you need it,
If
yeah.
People there, you might be able just to talk loud enough.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm good.
By that time, certainly the Gaga Ball court should be done, and we could have that set up for any of the kids or anybody that comes in, so you can have Gaga Ball going and badminton and different
Cool.
stuff, and a
I
little
like it.
bonfire in the evening, and food,
I like
and
it.
talk under the
Yeah,
tent.
yeah.
I'm good. I like
That
that feel.
feels more like a rally personally.
I think we just need to be careful about the amount of time that we take,
Yeah.
because if people are coming back the next morning
Yeah, you can't make it
to
3
start
hours.
setting up and that kind of thing, that's why I was asking, will any of the setup or anything be done that night?
Yeah.
But if,
No, I
it's not a
think-
work
I
day,
mean,
then that's
If
fine.
what we do is tight and
Yeah.
it's sandwiched, then people sort of come and eat and have a little bit of fun, and then we break for 30 minutes and just do that, and then they can hang if they want.
Yeah,
They can
Yeah.
leave if they want.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking something like that. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
yeah.
Yeah, and so we tell people the meeting or the I don't
The
know, whatever
rally.
way you wanna call it. The rally is like from the beginning to when we actually talk about what we're gonna do, and then we can hang over if you want.
I think we definitely need to think more ahead of time of the setup for that day, so that we know exactly what needs to be set up and where, so we're not trying to figure it out that morning, because that was a
Right.
big hang up last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, sure.
We were trying to set stuff up, but at the same time trying to figure out exactly
Yeah,
where
the
the
electrical
company was
stuff
gonna go,
and,
where, how we were gonna get electric and all that, and then
Yep,
that people were kind of stepping on each other because, we weren't clear on
yep,
what's going on, so if we have that more worked out and we know exactly, okay, this is how this is gonna be set up,
yep,
then when people come in the next day to set up, it should go a lot faster and
yeah.
cleaner and
Right.
feel a lot
Mhm.
less hectic.
That's true. And so, yes, theoretically, Mike owns a lot of that. We said he would own the power, he would own the layout, and therefore we would know where all those stations are, which is why Logan was gonna follow up with him, so.
Yeah.
And he agreed to that. So let's get his feedback as quickly as
And I
possible.
don't see any reason why we can't start, like when we do the rally, I don't see any reason why we can't put up the badminton and put up some
You
of the
could.
stuff.
Maybe.
I'm good.
Or we
At
could
that
put it
time.
up during the week or maybe, or a couple of days before, and then those pieces people can participate in
Yeah.
that night, but it's already up for
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
day.
yeah.
I'm
So
good.
we're gonna call-
Cool. What else? That's Sozo Saturday and the rally. What's next?
Men's
And we
outing.
dealt with the curbs. Yeah, the men's
Maybe-
thing.
maybe probably.
And he left.
Oh,
I mean, he's left, I guess.
well, while he's gone, let's talk
Yep.
about the building review, cause that was me.
Oh.
The
Yeah.
what?
The building projects
Oh,
review thing, cause that was me. Cause I was kind of, turn the page. Cause I was trying to get kinda like a timetable, kinda like what other people's ideas are on the other projects going on.
yeah.
Cause we only got one room done, we'll work on the other, we're not gonna take the ceiling down on that one. But you did want the ceiling down, the popcorn
Where?
ceiling out of the
Checking.
check-in room, is that correct?
Does it
Or
look-
not?
I just said,
Does it look bad?
I said,
I don't know, to be honest.
it would be cool if we had an opportunity to do that one, just because it would make that room that much nicer, that's all. So, I'm not.
Okay,
It's only if we can and we think it's worth it.
well,
You know what I mean?
we said if we had a team, I talked with Jerry and Mike, they're good with it, we just need to establish a team to help do it.
Yep,
But I need to know, is that something that we wanna do? So that's Logan and Jess and Tara's thing, so
I
that's up
don't
to you
care.
guys.
That was him who wanted.
Oh, that was
yeah, I
him?
just
That was
said,
his idea.
it would be nice to do
Well,
that,
let's,
care.
we'll,
since that's gonna be a.
If
That's
it
a
makes it
huge-
take too long, then I think we're doing too much.
That's a huge area too.
Oh,
Does it look
It
bad?
would-
Is
like
it messed
this.
up like this one?
I don't know, but it wouldn't take more than a day. If we
Really?
had, no. If we had enough people, say we had 6 people to do a section, bam, 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 it wouldn't take that long.
So you need 6 volunteers in a day,
And actually, all we need is 2 or 3 because,
cause you got
not
2
2
or
or 3, but yeah, because we got Jerry and Mike and I.
Yeah.
So,
So that just depends on when you're planning to do it and then who's available.
yeah. All right, we'll just leave that up. We'll just leave that up for conversation because, and when we get done with this room, we get ready to move over there, then
You could bring it back up again.
yeah, we'll touch base with it. The other thing is, is the nursery pretty much done? Except a few cosmetic things like
Sure
shelves
looks like
and
it.
stuff like that?
Mhm.
Okay.
And painting.
What?
And painting. Because they patched up the wall. like
Oh.
Jerry did.
Oh, yeah, they're doing that. They're just gonna do 2 more coats, cause they did 2 coats of Kills, cause the patches were showing through so
Yeah.
much, they didn't like the way it looked, so.
Oh.
But,
I think maybe if we use more of a matte, I think the the sheen, whatever sheen the paint
Cellulose.
is, I think that's what's, makes it more noticeable, because when you come in, the way, and maybe it's just because of the time of day that we're in there,
Yeah,
the way that the sun shines in,
yeah.
that you can see all, but if you're standing, I don't know, like, let's say I'm standing by the one sink facing the wall, you can't see it, but when you walk in, like the way the parents come in and everything, and you've got the windows right across from you, you can see everything.
Yeah,
But if you turn
yeah.
around and face it, you can't see any of it.
Yeah.
So I think maybe if we maybe do like a, I don't know if it's what kind of, if it's eggshell or whatever the next one down is. There's satin and then eggshell, I think, is the least before flat. Maybe if we did something, a different sheen, maybe it would help, cut down on some of that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Talking
know either.
colors.
No, we're just talking about the sheen of the shine of the paint.
Got it.
That makes the,
Because that wall's
Sure.
really long.
yeah.
So every patch, everything, you
Okay.
just, when
You
you
can
come
see
in,
it.
you can see it.
Got it.
Yeah, I think that was their thing behind putting 2 more things of kills on there.
Mhm.
Cause like when I did the kills in the nursery bathroom, it was really, that bathroom was worse than this bathroom with the holes and everything, and the tape and everything, and it really ended up covering it, but it's got 4 coats of paint on it too.
So you guys are gonna work that?
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, and so then the other thing is, so the next thing would be that room,
Yeah.
and you
We
guys
gotta
are
figure out
here.
about the paint and the countertop.
I thought you wanted the same
Yeah.
color paint that's in these 2 rooms, like the off-white color.
I do, but
Oh,
we gotta
okay.
get it done.
So
Oh,
we're-
well,
so-
we're gonna do
Yeah.
that. I just want, that's why that's the whole point of touching base here, to say,
Yeah, I'm just going through it
this
in
is
my
what,
head.
yeah,
what
this
needs
is
to
what
be
we're
done.
gonna do, but we're gonna
Right.
have to go in and sand in that room and,
What, in
that.
this one?
Because of the striping.
yeah, we gotta sand around the striping, then we're gonna have to do the
Interesting.
kills
So
and
there's a
maybe
lot
2
of work to
kills.
do to make that
Yeah,
one work.
so that's why I wanna just kinda,
Yeah,
okay.
so who owns that room now? I mean, who's got the master
I
plan?
all do.
It's, well, it's kinda you guys, and then
Logan
we're
and-
just doing the cosmetic paint and
So
stuff.
they're done,
John's
with-
been
they're
helping
done with
with
the
it.
window.
Yeah.
Now it's just a matter, they
We
gotta
gotta
come
get
in
the
and put the counter in. So-
And we gotta figure out the door.
So
How
the
you're gonna
counter,
secure it?
the counter piece,
Yeah.
Oh, you don't.
do we, what schedule do they have as far as their availability
Yeah.
to come in and do that?
Well, part of this is my fault, because I kind of have a different idea, but it's not different.
Don't change it.
Well, the thing is, when you guys were looking at the glass and metal, I don't think the wood's gonna work.
Well, I mean, I can't tell. I mean, you can make that work if you need to, but
What do you mean?
Well, we were gonna do a barn door
Yeah.
type
But logistically
cover.
can't do it.
and looks
Yeah, we
wise, it
can.
wouldn't make sense.
Well, we couldn't, nobody had a solution for that. We kept going back and forth around what type of wood we were gonna use, and then
No.
Greg was gonna have to build it.
Yeah, but I did find another guy that could build it.
Yeah, but I want to stick with Greg.
Yeah.
If he's making the whole thing, then I
Mhm.
think we
What's
need
the
to
glass and metal we're talking about?
this.
It's
Yeah,
one
you
of
want
the
to-
garage doors, the interior garage doors, which might be
Wasn't that
simpler.
expensive?
Nah.
Yeah, it was
you
like
got it.
$2,000.
Oh, wow.
What we looked
Depending
at.
on what size you do
Right.
it. So we still have a lot of work to do in terms of planning this, is what it feels like.
Well, and that's
okay.
why I haven't bought the counter, because I don't feel like, now that this other window thing has been
Option.
introduced, I'm,
Well, that's a separate meeting.
and we have,
and
right,
gotta
we
sit down
haven't,
and
we haven't
everybody's
met
gotta
for a
be in the
few
room.
weeks, so we gotta get all that.
So can we do
ironed
that
out.
Wednesday? Cause I
Next
think
Wednesday?
Greg needs to hear part of it. I may be stupid, but I think he needs to hear some of what we're talking about, because he's the guy that's gonna execute on it.
Yeah.
And I think we should review the idea with him around the internal garage door versus the barn door.
Yeah, well, we did discuss both of those. He thought either would work.
Yeah, they'll work, but I
Um,
get your concern. It's like I wanna make it look cohesive, so
Mhm.
I don't wanna pick something in the wood in the
Right.
counter that's not gonna work.
I mean, it's
with
already
glass.
picked, I just have to go pick it up.
So I'm just curious, why are we switching to a possible garage door thing versus just going with what we had?
Because we had so much trouble trying to get that barn door done. Because it was, you gotta make your own, and then you make your own, but it's,
Or you
it
just
might be
cut
different
one down.
size, you gotta cut it. So
one.
in that conversation, we said, but maybe there's a simpler way to put the thing in.
And it would, I personally think it would look cleaner, and it would just have a nice seal to it. You would have locks on it. It seems a lot.
The garage door thingy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
And then,
seems a
but then
lot.
we're gonna have to think about
But then you've got
ceiling.
hardware.
Yeah, we're gonna have
No,
to think
so
about.
That's
the
pretty straightforward.
yeah the track that it's on can extend as far as you want it to, so it just extends off the ceiling and then lines the edge of the window. People do it in their houses all the time.
Yeah, but the thing is, the supports in our ceiling is what I'm saying, was what I'm thinking
I
about.
mean, Greg did reinforce, when he put the hole in, he reinforced put some extra thing above the hole,
Mhm.
because, you know, we had said that we were gonna do
Something,
the track
Oh,
for the
okay.
wood door, for the
Okay.
barn door. So,
This is
but that has nothing to do with the ceiling. If we have to hang something from the ceiling, it's a different animal.
Yeah, it's not gonna be,
Oh, I see.
it's not gonna be that big of a deal. They're not really that heavy, but.
But the thing is,
especially
you've got
like
those-
for him,
especially
Oh,
in
because
internal
it's got
walls.
glass in
You've got
it.
those tracks though hanging from the
they're
ceiling.
light, just like a garage.
Right.
Do you want that in your room? That's,
I mean, they make them look pretty, but anyway, I'd wanna get his input and have the conversation and settle it.
Yeah.
And I
okay.
think we gotta settle that like
we
in
gotta
a
do it
couple of
like,
days.
yeah, we gotta do it.
Because
like
that thing, we're just, now it's extending how long it's gonna take to get that done.
Okay,
So-
and the only reason I wanted to touch on that is that we have so many projects, so many irons in the fire that, you know, I wanted to let you guys know where we were stepping
Yeah.
through with the
I
painting,
agree.
so that you don't think, well, they're gonna work on this room, or how come they haven't done, you know what I mean? Just
No, I
kinda
know
get
that.
that all clear.
But I think we have to have, whatever we're gonna do in the window area probably needs to be done before we paint, just unless we do the 3 back walls or we could begin the prep part of it.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, you don't wanna have to drag all that stuff out multiple times.
I
so-
wouldn't think it would
somebody-
matter if you paint it, because then you could just touch it up, it's not a big
Oh.
deal, you know what I'm
Somebody-
saying?
Somebody
Depends
still
what you
has to
get to
own that
first.
room as a contractor, contract manager.
Well, it's kind
person.
of like it's
Well,
It
but-
is, guys.
Okay. I just encourage you to, then it has to have a pretty detailed plan that says, okay, we're gonna do this then, this then, this then, and then we direct the contractors to actually do
Yeah, I know.
it according to that schedule. So I think that's,
There were
That's
just the next
hard.
step, there were some things in the air, up in the air, so.
okay, cool.
Okay.
So we can
So-
solve those by meeting with Greg this week,
Yeah,
Okay.
whenever he's available.
I really like this wood guy though.
I know, but we can't switch it up now. Like we already started with Greg. We can't just
It's,
find a
it's
guy. on
better to
Facebook,
stick
Yeah.
with the one person, cause they know,
Right.
Probably true.
they know it, as opposed to trying to convey your ideas to a second person.
Well, I mean, we can talk about it separately, but the other thing is we're just gonna keep delaying it.
Right. If we
Mhm.
just
And
keep
so we gotta be
looking-
careful that it just doesn't, we'll never get it done if we keep doing
Well,
that.
I'll just go ahead and pick up the piece of wood, on Monday,
The count.
and I'll have it here, I'll have it here, and then
That's the counter.
he
Got
might
it.
wanna, I mean, there's a saw and everything already set up in there, he might wanna just use that
Mhm.
instead of dragging it
Okay,
back to his workshop, I don't know.
no, I'm good.
Okay.
But we have
So-
to stain it, if we want it stained, we have to stain it ourselves.
Yeah, I back out as soon as we talk colors
Yeah,
and stuff like that, but
Alright,
whatever is needed, but I think we gotta have them talking with us.
yeah,
Okay.
So when would you guys be ready to be doing painting and patching in that?
As soon as this
room?
room is done, and this week I've only got like 2 days available, and I don't know what Mike and Jerry's, you know, cause this thing
cause
was,
they're moving.
Yeah.
his dad was kinda sprung on them, so I'm not real sure what their schedule is,
When
but,
you say, when you say this room, you're,
I mean,
This
the
other one over
preschool,
here.
yeah, the other preschool room.
and you're
And-
you're patching it and then gonna repaint it and everything. And once that's 100% done, is there additional stuff in the nursery that it sound like you need to do as well?
They just need to paint that final wall.
Yeah, well, Mike and
They're
Jerry's
working on it right
gonna,
now.
they were gonna do that yesterday until they got that phone call, cause they wanted to have it all done this weekend.
Yeah.
But Yeah, after I get this room done, I'm gonna work on that. And I don't think it has anything, I don't think it's gonna hold up or hinder any of the other stuff that they're planning for that room, because it's gonna be such a process. It's probably gonna be maybe at least a week and a half to patch all the holes, sand all the walls down, get 2 things of kills on it, then put the so it's gonna be a lot of time anyway. And I'm just, when we get ready to paint, I'm just gonna tell everybody we're gonna patch and paint, and we'll see where everything else stands.
Well, that's why I was asking the question, was when you get to that room, once all these are done, I would say you probably can just start all the patchwork and prep
Yeah.
work before any of the window stuff
Right.
is even finished.
Yeah, I think even
And
painting
then
it.
once it's, well, I
Yeah,
was gonna say, once you've got all the patchwork done, then maybe hit the pause button until some of the other construction stuff gets done, and then come in and paint it at the end. Even
Yeah.
if it sits there for a few days without the paint on it,
yeah,
you know, if it's just prepped and ready, and then it's literally just come in
Yeah.
and paint it once all the stuff is done, I think that would.
mhm. I'm
That
gonna
makes sense.
tear up that cabinet, and that cabinet's gonna be junked, cause it's one of the worst ones, that white
White one?
cabinet in there.
Is that broken
All
mirror
of
on
them
it?
should be blown up.
No, we use them, we need them, they're
Yeah,
functional.
whatever.
Well, yeah, they're ugly,
Lace
but right
down.
now, let's not overextend our budget,
Good.
sir.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm just one day I want to see them gone.
Well, yeah, we will, but we have to have something there to
No, I get
hold the
that.
necessities. And for now, I mean, we repainted that one, did a repair, and it's okay. We'll probably do the same with the other one. And for now, it's okay.
Good.
It's not that unsightly to look at it, and it's serving the purpose we need. And we're even gonna stick that little refrigerator in the bottom of one of them, so it kind of
Alright.
takes up that. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, but you know, that's the other thing, cause you know, Nick came forth with like changing the floors and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all good, you know, I would love to see that done, but let's stick to like a minimal budget, because we get so carried away when we start doing projects, and then we don't know what other people's ideas are, and then the dollar amount rises, and you know, and I don't think Carol is aware of a lot of the things that are happening. I talked to her this week, but it's, we just wanna make sure that everybody's on the
Good.
same track. And kind of watch it and be good stewards. And I'm like, right now, yeah, we wanna get those gone and we want new floors, but those are not the top priorities right now.
Good.
I'll go with it.
Yeah,
Being a little bit bold there.
No, I mean, shoot, if we own it and we're following it, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
So no, what was the other thing? So that room, we still have a target, or we had a target that would, you know, that would be almost ready. So I wanna keep track of that too. It's probably not.
Gonna be
For the
ready
fall.
for
Not the
the
red-
fall.
Yeah, that was the early
It will be.
plan.
Well, probably by October, I'm sure he'll be ready.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
I'm
I think it'll be
thinking,
done before that.
here's
You just
the,
gotta keep the momentum.
yeah,
I
and
mean, that's why, like, the whole, like, being out, obviously we can't help being out, but that really slows us down.
It does.
As the
And it
weeks
did.
that we're out.
It
It
did
does.
slow us
It
down.
did.
It's just gonna happen.
So,
And then, you know, that's life, it's just
Right.
gonna happen.
100%.
Like, I'm gonna be out
Especially in the
again
summer.
next weekend,
So now nobody can go anywhere.
yeah.
Are the guys, is the group this weekend?
Yep.
Do we have Sarah coming in?
Yep.
Good.
Is
Did
there
did you
anything?
guys practice anything with her?
They did.
Really?
They practiced, yeah.
Cool.
Them too.
With-
Sarah and,
But I mean, did they come in?
no, I mean, they do their own thing.
Yeah, they don't need to practice with our band.
No, I know, but we had talked about them just kind of coming in and just
Yeah, we did.
playing some music together and just kind of.
Well, that's if we
sharing parts and stuff.
practice, but we didn't
Okay.
practice
Yeah.
because they were out.
That's
Or
what,
'cause-
that's what I was asking.
Yeah,
So what time are they
Yeah, I
coming
know
tomorrow?
that.
9 is the normal?
I think so.
Okay.
Just sound check. I guess Caleb's not gonna be here. I don't
He's
know.
not? Alright,
And Landon said that
Does
he-
Caleb come to church
what do
here
we gotta
anymore?
do
I'm gonna
that? What do
ask
we
him
gotta
that.
do there?
I
was
don't-
here
He does,
Sunday.
but he's preoccupied, so.
Landon asked him and he was like, Caleb said that he wasn't sure if he was gonna be here or not next Sunday.
Dude,
And
yes
then
or
said-
no?
Yeah, Landon's like, well, I need to know.
Yeah, it's yes or no.
So Landon talked to Andrew, just in case to get him kind of ready
Yeah,
if Caleb wasn't to be there to kind of get all that stuff situated. Landon has met with Sarah and her
Okay.
husband a few times, so they're also
They're all
good.
good.
I'm gonna kind of talk with them on Sunday, just kind of run them through like the flow and stuff, so they know like
Okay.
what we typically do. I'm sure Landon already has, but if he hasn't, just in case, to just let them know how we
Yep.
structurally do things. I think we should really be praying for them to kind of reach our congregation, and
Yeah.
I think we should be praying for our congregation to not only be there on time, but to be open to them, because you want them to feel comfortable and because I mean we already struggle with people being there on time for
We do.
ourselves, so it's like
Yeah.
for them, how do you think they're gonna feel not knowing, like if people aren't there for like the first two songs, like that.
Can we do a Facebook
Well,
post or
somebody
something?
should have, yeah.
I mean, it's
Because, I mean, she went to church here.
I
Sarah
know,
grew
but,
up here.
But the amount of people that look at our Facebook that are from the congregation is
Very
very
small.
slim. So it's like a lot of it just we just gotta step up.
You want me to do a one call?
Well, somebody should do an
Just-
introduction to her then. I mean,
I mean, you're the one who's gonna open service, so I think you should. And I was
Mhm.
gonna say
That's
that
a
you
good
should kind of
idea.
introduce them and talk about the significance and just kind of remind people to open their hearts and be open to them as a worship team and really
Mhm.
lean in and kind of take it in. And I think we need to be a little more strict tomorrow about people getting in service. I think as soon as they
Oh,
can
that's
start
a good
service,
idea.
just kind of be like, come on guys, like whether that's turning up the music louder and
I
making
can
people
take-
aware that
or
I can
helping
take
the
the, I can take
team,
the food at 10:30.
helping the team in the
'Cause-
front just direct them.
Right.
That's
You
the
know,
other
we have
piece.
talked, how many years have we talked about this?
I know, lots of
It's
years.
just one
Got it.
Sunday though.
No, no.
we also haven't done it.
I mean, for
It's
right
not like
now.
we can talk
No,
about
I
it.
know,
You're
but I'm
right.
saying we're trying
You're
to
right,
solve
Logan.
something
We
And
have.
for tomorrow, right?
Yeah, and you ain't gonna solve it for tomorrow. It's a longer
Well, you
term
could make it better.
effort.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
you
work
can
towards
put
it
more.
for tomorrow.
More energy into it, but yes, we all have to be on the same page saying, okay, this Sunday, we really want people to be in there and be as engaged as possible. We really don't need you talking in the hallway, we don't need ministry in the hallway, we don't need coffee in the hallway. This Sunday, we really want everybody in there. Now, they'll say, so why? Why is this so different? And we'll have to help them with that.
Yeah.
That's a trend we gotta break. At some point, we gotta break this trend.
Yeah.
And it's, I get it, everybody thinks that what they're doing is more important than being in the sanctuary. I get it. And we've been very lenient around that, and
That's
we've not
amazing.
pushed people, but we're gonna have to start. We're gonna have to be tougher there
Yeah.
and say, look, we have to be in there. And more importantly, us. I think the real challenge is when people, not just the average member, but when we do that,
Yeah.
you know, and people that are vocal do it, right? So yeah, I'm gonna have to, Caleb, Brittany, put your butts in there, man. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't sit out there
Isn't that
because it
hindering
just
other people?
disrupts us, huh?
They're hindering other people that are trying to get
Yeah,
in service.
and
Right.
yeah, because when people come in the building, if they see people lingering there, they have a
Yeah, they
tendency
think
to
it's
linger
just
too.
let's hang.
But
Yeah.
not even
We
that,
are bad.
Not even that. If they're trying, attempting to get into service or
Yeah, you
attempting
cut
to
'em
get
off.
their food and then go into service, they get stopped by
Right.
people that are
Right.
trying to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really difficult
Okay.
because it's like I get what you're trying to do, but now's not the time to do
It's
it.
also
Are
like,
you
that's
in
why
the
we're at
nursery
church, is to
tomorrow?
get that.
Okay, I'm not teaching
It's-
tomorrow.
Okay.
So if you want me to clean up the cafe,
I think we should, yeah, I think we
Yeah, maybe
should
close it.
yeah.
close it, but we could always bring it back out at the end of service. Maybe we could make a sign or something saying that.
Or you know what? Not just close.
We're in a
Just
mission.
put it in the activity center. Just move to the so that when people see it's not there, they don't usually go looking for it.
Hopefully.
Well, and
Yeah,
this
we-
is
I
the
mean,
debate
could
we
put it
had
in the
before
we could
too.
put it in
Yeah,
the
we do
kitchen.
have
We-
people.
we-
Yeah. Okay.
This is the debate. It only works if you consistently do it. One
Yeah.
Sunday,
Well, you
it's just
gotta-
gonna be like, well, where is all this
But you
stuff? And
gotta
they'll come
start.
here.
Yeah.
No, I agree, but my point is, once we start, that's the new rule. If
Okay.
you do it tomorrow and you say, okay, it's closed at 10:30, you cannot get anything, it opens up back at the end, then from here on, that's what it is.
Okay.
Well, I think you
Because
gotta
we
let
send the
people-
wrong message.
but you
And
gotta let
I'll be
people know.
willing to-
Agreed, but if we were gonna be tougher, I just let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Today, it's not here. I
Yeah.
just let you know.
Yeah,
So
well,
next
what do
week, don't expect it to
Right.
come
Just
back.
letting people know, like, you wanna make an announcement that we're gonna close it at
I
10:30
don't
from now
know.
on, like, just,
Just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah,
And then they'll
I do
say,
too.
you let me know.
Eventually, you gotta get to a point where you just make a decision and you do
Yeah.
it and you stop trying to
Stop
cater
second
to
guessing.
every single person's
Yeah.
little whim and fancy.
And I'm okay to do
You're
that.
always gonna make somebody mad, you're always gonna
Yeah.
disappoint somebody, you're never gonna be able to make everybody happy
Yeah.
with everything you do. We have an issue, and we've talked about this multiple
For
times.
years.
Yeah.
Just
just
shut it
gotta
down.
do it.
Shut it
Well, what
down.
about when people come late? Well, that's why they keep coming late.
Right.
Exactly, because they know it's there.
You know when church starts,
Right.
you know you have kids,
Get here
feed them
on time.
before you come.
Right.
If you're
Right.
gonna do that.
I mean,
Well, and if we're
I'm a
calling,
father of 5 kids and have done this for years, like, feed your kids before you come. We offer it, but at 10:30, it's done.
and
Yeah.
if we have,
Sorry.
we have like
It's true.
scheduled fellowship time from 10 to 10:30.
That's the other thing.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess we
plenty of
really
time.
don't.
But
That's
then we
time.
need to,
Yeah.
Jess made this point, I wish she was here, but then we need to get better on our end about being here and having
Absolutely,
the cafe
sure.
open. And
Right.
Jess has stepped up and said that she will
She
start to
did.
get the donuts because we can't have donuts
Uh-huh.
arriving at 10:20.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
and then being like,
And it's like,
right, but that's also like we're putting too much on you. Like,
right,
we need, Jess has stepped up, Jess is here at 8:30
I know.
doing
Yeah,
coffee.
she's here early.
So she has no problem getting up early and grabbing donuts. It
Done.
takes 10 minutes.
And Jerry
Done.
said the same thing.
And Jerry,
She'll
yeah,
grab
exactly. And
donuts.
Jerry's
She's
here
willing
with
to do
Jess
it.
all the
Yeah.
time. So it's like we need to hand that off because donuts arriving at 10:20 is not
This
acceptable.
doesn't
Yeah.
work.
We have to be
Okay, that's
ready
done.
before
So,
10 at the
right.
very latest.
And
Okay.
if we're gonna offer that, and if we're gonna shut it down at 10:30, we can't have donuts at 10:20. That gives people 10 minutes
I
to.
know.
Right.
And they were
So
all
I
waiting
agree.
for them.
Exactly, and people
Yeah.
are waiting, and then
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
agree.
and then people leave because they're like, "Well, I'm starving." So it's like we need to be stricter on ourselves about being here, having things prepared, and
Yeah, no,
stepping
absolutely.
up our game in that
Okay.
aspect.
So
'cause
let's
then,
just do it.
right, because then
Okay.
then
That's
we
an
can be
easy
like,
Everybody okay? And yes, there'll be whining. There'll be people at 10:35 that say, can I go in the kitchen and go? No, you can't. And so the other part is, look, if people whine at 10:35, it's okay, give them a tissue and say, you'll be
Well,
After
okay.
service, it'll be
it
available
should be in
again.
service at 10:35.
Well, I mean, but it's, you know, they're gonna be like, well, can I go in the kitchen and get it? Is it over in the
Well,
fridge?
you got
And
some
you
people
can't
know
let
that
happen.
it's in the kitchen. I'm not gonna
And
say.
they'll just
go.
I'm not gonna say her name.
That's why we need
And-
the
and-
ball.
There's one person.
And she,
Yes.
she just gets up and just goes. I walk in, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
No,
she
no,
just
no.
gets your little Kroger bag and
So-
packs for the week.
That's
Yeah.
why we
So
need the
that
ball.
one, I'm okay, let her keep doing it. The
Yeah.
woman doesn't have any money.
Yeah.
So in that case, I'm okay. But I don't want to encourage anybody else to do that. It is closed at 10:30, done, done. There's no reason to be out in the hallway now.
Yeah.
And let's just go with it.
Yeah.
And I might, the only option is you could open it up at intermission, but that can be disruptive.
no,
Yeah.
That'll
And
take
then
over.
they'll never
People
go back
would never
in.
Yeah,
come
they
back,
won't.
right?
Well, they won't hear
So then it's
announcements.
after service
Yeah.
at best, then
Yeah.
maybe it's not after service, who knows?
Well, if
I'm
we've
fine
got
with
stuff
it.
left,
I'm
there's
fine
no
with it being
reason
after
not to
service.
put it
Yeah.
back out. We don't have to have the full one thing, but we can just, if there's
You
any
can put some
donuts
stuff left
we'll-
over.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
good.
put it
Cool
back
thing,
out.
yeah.
So
And
The
Okay.
only thing with that though is who's gonna be in
Who's
charge
gonna man it?
of getting all that stuff back out and, cause I mean, you're gonna be in the
Before-
nursery at that point and everybody's like,
Good
nobody's
point.
gonna be thinking,
Well, that's what I'm.
oh, Pastor Steve just is wrapping up, quick, go get the donuts, like,
you shouldn't be
you
doing
know,
that.
yeah, I don't know if.
Yeah, maybe
putting
we'll
it
bring it back
after
out.
Service is gonna be.
I'm okay with.
But if you
I
got
think
leftover,
they can manage it.
what are you gonna do with the donut?
Well, the left, okay, so you
It's
put
just
the
one
container.
tray, yeah.
yeah, yeah. You don't need
And
to
that's
put
the
water and all
extent
that
of it.
No,
stuff.
you just put the love and see,
Whatever,
I'm
I can
okay
tell the
with
jungle
that.
room kids usually head straight to the.
Yeah,
I
they
know.
do.
Right.
They
Oh,
do.
that's right.
And I'm okay with taking it. I mean, next week I'm not gonna be here, and and when I'm working, or like it's my Sunday when Angie and I are alternating,
Right.
I'm okay with it. But I'll get with Jerry. If she's not doing anything, I'll
yeah,
say,
she would put
hey,
it back out.
here's
Well,
what
that's
you
cool.
do.
She would.
Well, she mans it, I'm
We're
good.
gonna take it,
Sure.
and between Jerry and I'm sure we can
Yeah.
do it. 10:30, we take it. It's gone.
And I mean,
Just
and I
get
can
it out
help
of
And I'm
with
gonna
that,
break
too.
it down, put all the donuts in one thing,
And then
and
that's what
then
goes out, whoever's
afterwards-
around can take them out.
take it out after the
Good.
service.
Good.
I mean,
Alright, let's
it's
try it,
easy.
see how
It's
it
an
goes.
easy fix.
Well, and the other thing for the one person that always needs a basket to take home, make a basket to take home. And say, here it is.
Here's your
This-
goodie
this is
box.
yours,
You don't
okay?
have to go
You
digging
don't have
for
to go digging
anything.
through it. You don't have to do that,
Just ask.
okay? So
But
that's
Yeah.
just another
I think
option.
this is a good
Yeah.
thing because it it brings in a conversation of like the whole respect factor, because
Yes.
I think Sundays are important, and they should be taken not seriously in a sense, because people should be able to feel comfortable and but I think it's definitely like a, I don't want to say sacred either, because
No, well,
for some people it is. I just think Sundays should be dealt in excellence and should be respected, and I think if we set up that expectation, people should be okay with following that. But I think it starts with us as well.
well, yeah, and it is sacred actually,
It is.
but I get that the world doesn't always think it is, and so they think it's their living room, and we've swung too far that way. We've said that before. It's too comfortable. Now it's like you're going to a movie theater. Well, you're not in a movie theater, right? It ain't about you all the way, and some
Especially
of
if
the
we're
things.
having a special guest worship team, it's like
Yeah.
we really need to respect that they're kind of putting themselves out there
Sure.
and being vulnerable and really helping us get into a space that God can move through. And so it's like we need to show up and be ready. And
Absolutely.
Well, we want it to be a
Expecting the
positive
best.
experience for them. We want them
Yeah.
to feel wanted and loved, and that what they're doing
Yeah.
is important, and, you know,
So-
it'd be great to have somebody that we mesh with, that, you know, we can pull on now and then when
Well,
we need somebody.
Yeah, and they're not gonna get all that, but we can certainly be more vocal about, here's why this is important. And we
Right.
should. An announcement should have some content. So I need to talk to people about, well, yes, you're noticing that at 10:30, all the stuff is done.
Yeah.
Here's why. You know, we want
Right.
you to come on time, here's why. And so we can reinforce those.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's good. It's a good term.
Yeah.
I think too, part of an argument has been in the past of, oh, we're ministering.
No.
But the reality is, most of the stuff that goes on in the lobby isn't ministry time. It's
Right.
just chit chat. It's
It's-
just
yeah.
hanging out,
That's right.
talking.
Yeah.
I think that if there's legitimately something, church is going on, but I'm really dealing with something and I need to talk to Logan, like there's areas in the church you can
Yeah, I was
go
gonna
and
say
do
that,
You
right?
know?
Absolutely.
And if it's
Yeah.
that kind of a serious conversation, you're probably not gonna sit out in a public lobby where people are walking around
Yeah.
to do that anyway.
Yep.
So the stuff going on in the lobby is just
It's
people
just
Chat.
But
Yeah.
the-
or it is somebody doing their own ministry teaching session.
Yeah, which is
rather
not
than
what we
people
want.
pulling them in.
And we're gonna have to be clear about that, right?
Yeah.
We're just gonna be like, nah, you ain't doing that. But the other piece, and the worship team needs to stay in the sanctuary. That's another one of those, okay, if it's discipline, then we stay.
Brennan made
And
that.
we're here through the whole thing.
Brennan made
And
that.
we're available at the end if something, we wanna do something additional. There's no option there.
Yeah.
And that shows respect as well,
100%.
so.
Well, Brennan made the
it's-
point. He said, "Who are we? How do we look if we're
Yeah, we're just like, oh, we're done.
and we're up and leaving?"
We're
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, Brennan's really stepped up in that aspect.
I think he's got some goods that we're not leveraging,
Yeah.
and I think he just needs direction as to how to use some of that.
And encouragement.
Absolutely, and we've always included him, so I'm really comfortable that it's like, no, you can be a part, you can have a part to play.
Yeah.
So those are all good things.
Yeah.
All right, what time is it?
I think
You
we
wanna
should.
read them in
I think we should
Yeah,
mention
we'll do
a
that
little
real
bit
quick.
of the stuff we've been working on tomorrow, because we haven't done like an above and beyond update.
I agree.
We were supposed to
update
last
that.
Sunday, but it got kind of interrupted. But we can.
It's all right.
I think we should update people.
You should.
We should just.
I love the look.
John and
You
Linda are
shot to
like
him and then
rolling
he
their
shot
eyes.
one back. It's like,
He's like, you
he
can't,
always does.
you
He's
can't
always-
bring up anything.
that's hilarious.
No, you can't bring up anything, because then you get stuck doing it.
Well, because it's like, who you think's gonna do it? I mean, it's us,
Well,
right?
I'll take pictures of like the new
Good.
setup. I'll take pictures of the bathroom, and I'll take pictures of like the check-in room.
Okay.
And I'll take pictures of the nursery. And I think it'd be cool to just talk about that and have those pictures going in the background.
Awesome.
And then segue into you,
I'm
reminding
not
people
coming
about
tomorrow.
above and beyond and ways to give, and then praying over offering.
Okay, done.
Sweet.
Good collaboration.
All right,
Right, Vince.
let me just run through some
What time is
some
it?
stuff. 10:30-ish.
Good.
Okay, so you're okay on the rocking chair?
Wait, Glenn, have an idea or have a question. What's your thoughts on the whole 10:30 breakfast?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I listen. I got it. So you're okay on the rocking chair?
Mhm.
Okay, so we're donating a rocking
Oh, very
chair.
cool.
Actually, it was donated
just
to
gonna
us
get some
by Mrs. Davis. It's just sitting in our. It was a.
I think it would be
Thing.
cool to have
Okay.
something of hers.
That's awesome.
So okay, so you'll get that. I added this November 30th.
Family meal?
No,
What?
November 30th. For the
Christmas.
Christmas setup.
Oh, wow.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, okay,
Dude, that's scary.
yeah.
I know.
Okay.
Christmas is coming.
But we have
Is that
to.
a Friday?
No, that's
Saturday?
Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
Saturday. Christmas tree setup.
Didn't we
We
do it
gotta
on
do that
Friday
again.
last time? We did like a family night. We did it on a Friday
Did it
night
work?
instead of Saturday. Yeah,
Yeah,
Did
that
it?
was one of the best ones.
That was one of the
I
best
think
ones.
it,
Now that
I
I
think
think
it
about
was good.
It was.
I mean, we had to have stuff ready
Mm-hmm.
and like somewhat
Organized.
organized
Mhm.
by
We
then.
did a very good job of doing that.
But then we had
This
Saturday to
past
like tighten things up if we needed, you know, if there were any like last minute things that we needed to do that weren't finished Friday, we were able to do it on Saturday.
Good.
Okay, so anyhow, that's there, and we'll.
Is that the day after Thanksgiving though?
the weekend after Thanksgiving, November.
I can't see the,
Yeah.
so it's not the Friday, if we did it on Friday, it's not Black Friday, right? It's the week after.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is.
No, it is.
It's
Oh,
the
Black Friday.
Saturday after Black
We
Friday.
can't do it on, yeah, we
What,
can't
what's
do
the
it
problem
on
with Black Friday? Why?
It's the Saturday after.
It's just,
Why?
the people go shopping.
We
They
can't
don't
do
go
it.
shopping anymore. They do it online.
That's
I get
not
news
true.
for you. They're
People are traveling and all kinds of stuff.
on
I just
Black
don't-
Friday. Really?
The day after
Day after
Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving?
yeah.
Well, no, I got it on
Yeah,
Saturday,
it's on
Right.
Saturday. It's on
not
Saturday.
Friday.
Well,
Right,
what-
but I'm saying,
Oh,
Yeah, what she's saying though is we did it on Friday last year, that way we had Saturday to do any kind of
Ah.
additional.
oh, okay.
kind of
Well, okay.
finalizing
Well,
things.
we can move
Move
it.
it to the next week.
what's the next
Well,
Friday?
well,
The
the,
22nd.
the issue. Well, maybe it's just me. I like to see the Christmas stuff up more than a week, a
Yeah.
couple weeks.
Right,
That's the
but,
thing.
but what's the Saturday, I can't see.
After that,
Just
Yeah,
is-
or the Friday after
the
Black
seventh.
Friday.
The seventh. No, the
December
sixth.
6th.
Sixth.
6.
So we
That's
have
not
1
bad.
week, 2 weeks.
That's fine.
I mean, last year,
I
we did it-
mean, it can be. That's
last year
fine.
we did it the weekend after Thanksgiving.
It would
But
be,
I think
it would be
we might
cool.
as well a little
It
bit
would be
earlier.
cool to have it all up December 1st, which is Sunday, but we
Yeah.
don't have to.
Right. That was
That's
my
what your
thought.
thought. Yeah.
But that's fine. We got
We can talk about
we
it.
got months
So
to
we'll
talk
have to
about.
decide between those 2 days.
Okay. Next, I was thinking for December a Christmas party for us at your clubhouse
Why?
for the workers.
Why?
Because we deserve
We
it.
don't
Because
do
we
that
haven't done
fun.
Yeah, you know what? We can
Because we
celebrate
have done
the
it a
work
couple
that
times
we've done.
before
I'm
Amen.
incredibly comfortable with
at
it.
the clubhouse.
Yeah, we
for all the-
feed
the
people and
workers,
have a little
yeah.
fun. And
Right.
I
Right.
love
Team
it.
night.
Right. Okay.
Perfect.
All right, so we think about that. Updates on the men's. I got about 22 people.
Wow.
Woo, that's
I
great.
talked
I'm gonna
to.
send out a big text to a lot
Awesome.
of my guy friends this week.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm gonna send out probably an email. What? Yeah, all 2 of my friends.
2 of them, right?
So. All right. How many ish that you think?
I have a lot of friends, so.
Yeah, but not many that'll come.
10?
Yeah.
I mean, thinking of 10.
I'm planning to reach out to maybe 15
Okay, so maybe 10 will show up.
or 20. 15 or 20. We'll see.
So,
So
we're
maybe
looking
10,
at
yeah,
40
sure.
people. We're probably easy.
Okay. I think we're okay if we're at the 30, but not, and then over, but not below the 30. So I think we should be okay with that. Also, we have about 4 or 5 people for the kids. You know, so
So younger guys, yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that part would be fine.
Cool.
After the meeting, I call it meeting. What's the next steps?
Yeah, we're gonna do it monthly. We're gonna start.
Okay,
So
so
we need to decide on a next
yeah,
month's
so
date.
we need the date, we need the location, we need the time.
And we need.
Like maybe a card or flyer
I'm
to
gonna do
hand to
this-
them
Good.
when they're there.
Are they all outings
We're
then?
gonna,
No,
No.
no.
I'm gonna do.
Oh,
s-
okay. I was
gosh.
gonna say, that's gonna get expensive.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we're gonna put a men's budget together.
I'm gonna do a sign-up sheet.
Spend
We'll have that.
crazy.
So all the
Well, then
guys
we'll
that
put
come,
women's
we get their
budget.
I know, I
information.
figured that was
Okay.
next.
That way we can
Tahiti.
send out the next.
Tahiti.
You got this, so-
Okay.
I was
Okay.
thinking Mazatlan to start,
Okay.
but, you know, because we can actually make that work. The men's budget, party time,
Rent a bus.
We're talking about
I
a
know.
workshop budget.
Party bus.
a party bus
Alrighty.
with the shaded windows and everything.
Yeah, the next one will probably be a
It
little more
stops at
low-key.
random churches.
Yeah,
Oh,
but we
yeah.
should still
Coffee shop.
keep it up.
Yeah, I'm saying like not main
Not here.
event. Or
No,
not
not
here.
main event and not here.
Not here. I'd like to go
We
to
could do
coffee
the
shop.
clubhouse for all that, because it's a nicer environment. We can find other environments to
I think
gather
a
them
coffee
in.
shop or something.
Coffee shop could work if we could take over the whole coffee shop.
Yeah, right,
That's the
yeah.
goal.
Well, yeah, then pick some, find us a couple of coffee shops where we could take it
Or just
over.
say go to that Starbucks on Mason Montgomery that has the brand new outdoor area.
Could do there.
Just do that on a nice
You
evening.
could do there. We might even pick a couple of things downtown. I don't wanna be geographically limited here,
Yeah.
cause we'll probably have guys from different places, so
Mm-hmm.
if we go downtown a couple times and,
There's a bunch of
think
good spots downtown.
what's that?
There's a bunch of good places.
I know, that's why I was saying that, cause there's a lot of good coffee shops down there. Now, we'll figure it out as we go
We
forward.
just need to set a date. downtown.
Yeah, we need to set a date for the.
Do we think
Um,
a Saturday would work for a more local?
Oh, well, we can
We can ask.
We can ask them.
That's a good idea.
We can ask them, but as long as we have their email or their
Phone number.
cell phone number,
Yeah, that's fine.
and just tell them the next 2 weeks. Well, the next week, look for something from us
Yeah.
about the next location, the time.
Send out a text. We'll
Right.
create a text and church
Yes.
group that's just men's group.
Right.
Mhm.
We'll send out updates throughout the week to remind people.
Good, love it.
It's
Irvin
next
is not
Saturday.
sure.
Irvin,
Yeah.
he's
Right.
never sure.
I saw
I
him last
love
night.
him.
I asked him
It's all right.
three times,
I had a good talk with Jesse.
and I did not get a
Yeah.
That's
Jesse.
Irvin.
yeah.
We
But
love
he's
him.
busy doing his football and
Yes.
stuff.
I
too,
mean,
sometimes.
just to talk about it, the way you reach a guy like that is you go to a couple of his events.
Mhm.
You bring the guys to an event that he would be a part of.
Mhm.
And the same thing's going to be with Eric. I think
Mhm.
they have such deep passions for certain things. We
Mhm.
got to participate with them a little bit. So, it's just a thought. But good. Thank you for inviting him.
Right.
We got to get Todd. I don't know if Todd's on the list. If you can send me your list and let me
Uh-huh.
see who you got, I'll make sure we get the rest of the people that at least I thought. Go.
I'm ready to move on. Can I talk RLI?
Sure.
Okay.
Whoa.
Wow.
Ooh, I'm
Well, we
impressed.
have, wait, we have
Yeah.
one more thing with the family meal. Are
This-
we
this
still
is
having it
more
on the
important.
29th?
This is more time.
Okay,
time.
all right.
Okay.
Okay,
2
no, I
weeks
just
from
wanted.
today, the
I love
RLI
him
conference
too.
starts. We have 2 Sundays.
Oh, honey.
I'd like to talk about it in service tomorrow. I have a
Okay.
testimony, either Sheila or myself come up and just say a little something. I texted John a link to a couple of videos yesterday. One is Bryn talking about what
Yeah, I
the
saw that.
conference is, and the other one was a testimony by Austin Colson.
Mhm.
That I'd like to play the Bryn one tomorrow and the Austin one maybe next week.
How long are they?
We gotta be careful with that.
How long are
sort
they?
of thing.
Do we remember?
It's
I've watched it,
like
but
2
I.
or 3 minutes.
Yeah,
They're
as long as-
real short.
Yeah.
No.
Are we gonna put anything on the website about it, do you think, or?
I mean, they have it all on their website and they've like linked us and stuff. We gotta determine what like the relationship
What the linkage is, right?
And like I don't want to start showing random people's testimonies on a Sunday morning without any, like you said, like linkage, because
Connection.
Yeah,
because
to
then
us.
it's just
So why are
then
you
it's just
showing
like
this to me?
showing content to show content.
And actually, I like the Colson one better simply because that kid was here.
Yes.
And the parents and people know them, so that's easier to link.
Who?
Austin
Jeanette and
Fred.
Fred's
They're in Mexico now.
son
So,
that went to the RLI conference a couple of years ago.
yeah, his
Really had a
testimony
good
was when he was
experience, so-
21. He's,
Yeah, no.
they're teachers now, they just moved to Utah.
Who?
He and his wife,
Who?
Austin.
Austin.
Oh, got
And
it.
Danielle.
Yeah, no, that one's easier because I'm not talking about the vision of somebody else's ministry. I'm talking
Right.
about a person who's impacted by it.
Well, that's what I
That one
think.
feels, yeah, that one feels, and so to sort of go along with the thought, I would show that, not Bryn.
Okay,
Because then I can segue into it, and it's like, okay, so that's why we care about this particular ministry, and it's actually easier to link. But I think there is still a question of, you know, what is our relationship with them? What's the expectation? Is it just something that comes in and people participate in, then they go away and there's nothing else? There is still a link question.
Yeah.
well, and my link is this, you know, this definition of sozo. You know,
Yeah, no,
salvation,
I'm
healing,
with
and
you.
deliverance is
I'm there.
the middle, the meat part of it.
So then, if you get up, are we saying you wanna get up and talk
I'd be happy to, yeah,
tomorrow?
tomorrow.
Are we good with that?
I mean, we'd have to fit it in.
I know.
I mean, there are other things that we're gonna talk about, but I mean, if you could talk about RLI after you played the video,
Yeah, I gotta think about
it
it.
also just seems sudden. Like,
Huh?
it also just seems like sudden because that's tomorrow.
Yeah, I
Well,
think there is a concern of, yeah, what do we do?
It starts
Just
2 weeks from
overnight?
today, so.
Well, why don't we do it next Sunday then? And actually,
I mean, I can talk about it tomorrow.
And then
Here's
have
the
Dan
response
come
to that. It's a 38-hour commitment,
Yeah.
and launching it 6 days before
Mm.
the event begins that's a little too short a period of time. I mean, I needed to rearrange my schedule to attend because
Fair
it's
point.
a lot of hours.
Fair point.
a week.
Yeah, we can squeeze it in, but I wouldn't do the video. If I was
You
gonna,
want to work the other, you mean? Either have
Uh-huh.
him talk or the video?
yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Now, you can, if we squeeze it in tomorrow, it'll be pretty short, but you can help people understand why it's important, why it connects to Sozo. That's the question. Why does this matter to us? What is it generally, and what do you have to think about in terms of how you participate? I think those are the important things. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
So this is why it connects to Sozo. This is when it's gonna be, but you have to decide your commitment level, cause it's gonna take some time out of your day.
Right.
That I'm good with that.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Good.
And then, so we'll have you come up, and just talk and help people understand why this matters to them to even pay attention.
Give me a time frame, 5 minutes.
I'd give,
7
yeah,
minutes?
5 is about, 5.
Okay.
If you can fit into 5, I think we're good.
And then just tell people if they have any questions, come see you right
Yeah.
after.
Yeah, and you'll have those available on the info desk and things like that.
Okay, yes, with the Matrix movie,
Yeah,
I made
yeah.
a document, I set it on the info desk. I came out after service and they were gone. Somebody had moved them off the
Somebody moved
info
them?
desk. Somewhere between the time I set them out there and the time when people would come out
Pretty
of
sure they were
service
on
and
the-
grab one.
I saw them up
Yeah, I
there.
saw them too.
I think maybe people took them.
So, well, that's what I was wondering,
Oh, I think
but
they took
I
them.
just, yesterday I was here, I found them sitting.
So somebody
Yeah,
put
there's
them
some
away.
on the
Yes.
desk. There were some
Yes.
on the desk and on the top. 'cause
No,
there's-
I remember seeing them.
Yeah.
I remember looking and seeing, hey, okay,
Okay.
good, they're here. Because then I looked at it and sort of flipped through it real quick. And,
Well, and I think Logan owns the information desk, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, if I
Yeah,
put
I mean,
these
pretty
out
much.
there
Yeah,
for
just don't-
tomorrow, can we leave them out there 2
or
weeks?
just give them to him.
Yeah,
And then
just,
after
that's
2
the
weeks-
thing. People just set stuff there, and there's no rhyme or reason,
Right,
and so we gotta have a system for things. We can't just do stuff. To do
this,
Yeah,
stuff.
this
so-
little flyer has the dates on it, so does this.
Okay.
Neither one of them tell you the hours, starting hours,
I
ending
get
hours.
that.
That I think is critical. I downloaded that off the website this morning. I'll
Okay.
have a page that has that information on
Okay.
it. And then, you know, these out there as well. Is that okay?
Yeah, for sure.
So they can be inserted into the bulletin, right?
They can.
Well,
Is that too much?
Yeah, because it's the last week of the series, so people are gonna
People
see the
aren't gonna-
bulletin
yeah.
and they're not gonna take them.
That's a good point.
And then we're gonna have to have more people give out the bulletins, which we don't.
Okay.
Already.
All right,
So it makes more
What
sense
if
People on the
next
information
week.
desk.
Yeah, what if you do it next week?
Can I have
Well,
one of
yeah,
those
you can
and
put
I'll
'em in the
it on
bulletins
I'll
next
hang it up
week.
on the
Well,
bulletin board
because
out there.
the
Well,
goal
yeah.
is to have Souls of Saturday stuff, and that's where I'm like, we don't want to, like, we gotta focus on like what we're
Yeah,
doing
I get
and all
that.
the stuff that we have coming up, and we can't oversaturate it with a bunch of other information that people are gonna forget, and especially if like, I mean, like besides Dan and Sheila, like who of us go to RLI? You know, it's like we're
That's a longer term question
right,
for sure.
and so it's like
Well,
we gotta
Yeah,
But,
and
but,
there
no,
been-
that's something that we support.
yeah.
So we have to do it.
Right, and there've been
That's
uh,
true.
probably more
Right.
than 20 people.
Either
that
we
I know
support it
There
or
have
we
been
don't.
people.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
the question.
That's what I'm saying. So we have to define it for people. It just comes and goes, and nobody really knows what
No, I
what
think
the
that's a fair
like you
challenge.
said is the linkage. So it's like here's this thing that we just talk about for 5 minutes, and then you never hear about it again.
That's
Yeah.
true.
But then there's people here all week, and you kind of drive by and you're like, oh, what's going on there? So it's like if we support it, then we need to really
really
support it
support
and
it.
talk about it, and you need to talk to the people that run that thing, and there needs to be a clear
Yeah,
definition
we don't
of
have that at this
of
point.
what is going on between the two ministries.
Yeah,
And it's not just this loose thing that they use our building and that's it.
yeah.
Right.
And that's where I'm getting at. If we're
Yeah.
gonna support it, then we need to support it all in, and we need to take it seriously.
No,
And
that's
if we're
right.
not, then we're not.
Yeah, then why are we doing it?
Yeah.
No, and this came up a couple of weeks, you know, it's been coming back up around the linkage, who we linked with,
Yeah.
and defining that, but
This is how I see us, and this is walking out in the gifts of the Spirit. We need to do more of that. You know, that's what Christ calls us to do, and we need like a school around.
no, we agree with that.
And bringing, teaching people in the congregation as they come in. Okay,
Well-
this is how you get there, you know.
And that's a piece
This is how you
that-
recognize that gift in yourself. So that's,
No, and that's
and
still,
I think we're moving
we're
towards
working on
that.
it. That's where the Embrace team needs to give us some more structure around what you're talking about. And that's what we dispatch them to do. What does the discipleship track look like? And then where does RLI fit in that? I mean, that's the context we need. So we're saying the same thing, which is we gotta put some more meat on the bones around this thing for people to really get connected again and figure out why we keep talking about it.
I think it
That's
falls
fair.
more under the link than it does the embrace thing.
Yeah, but the Embrace link, the Embrace
It-
brings it to it, yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah, we don't have that, so until we sort of know what the track is,
yeah,
it still sort of hangs there. And it's like, oh, it's this thing where these people come in the building.
yeah, because we don't have a bridge to it,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the point.
Right.
Yeah.
And we also have to define of like, are we just doing it because we like it, or are we doing it
Yeah.
because it actually means something to us, and we have a clear defining reason
Mm-hmm.
and bridge that bridges the
That
two
makes
together.
it, yeah, no, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, that's where we lose people. It's just all these different things that we support, quote unquote, because we said yes to it,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't really
Doesn't
make
hang together.
sense. And we don't really have any information when people ask us about it. It's just like, oh, we just said yes to it, and they're using our building.
Yeah.
So it's like,
That's a good point.
it needs to
Fair
be
point.
clearer.
Okay.
But along those lines, I have something,
No, you can't. What time is it?
11:02.
Wow, okay. Yeah, we got a board
Oh,
meeting,
so
so
we're
we
gonna
gotta
have to
go through that.
figure out
But you can do it real quick.
where the worship team's gonna practice.
Where?
Yeah, through that week. Unless we meet
Oh.
before.
Well, is that something you and, I mean, yeah, who needs to decide that?
I mean, we'll just have to try to meet before 6.
Think so? Yeah, get feedback from the team and figure out what the options are.
What time does the thing actually start? 7? I can't see that thing.
It says 6 to 9.
But I don't think it starts at 6, does it? I think that's just the block. Does it start, is it on, the times aren't on there, are they?
No.
No, that's what he was saying.
But I got him on
I'll
the
have
jump
to-
drive.
He's gonna bring it tomorrow.
I'll look on the website.
It's on the website.
Yeah, so what's the question?
So, okay, I have 2 things. So ballet, they wanted to start on the 4th, but then we've got RLI that Wednesday. So I'm gonna see if I can push it off to the 18th. I have to make sure that they haven't,